Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the late night stream. It's like the overnight stream. Let's see. Storm Emeralda restock. Yes, we have a lot of Storm Emeralda. I just bought more of it as well. So we got a ton of it. We'll turn the ads back on. We'll hit save. Okay, we'll hit save on that. So I believe that's set up. Let's go grab the tags now. We're grabbing the tags. Hey, how's it going, Mr. Alex? How are you? 7 years, Mr. Alex. It's been a long time, hasn't it? All right. So we'll jump back over here. And tags will be at the bottom. I had so much stinky food today. My mouth is very stinky. I had onions, I had pickles, I had olives, and I had tinned fish. Wild tinned fish, which are extra stinky. So I'm feeling very stinky now. Let's pull this out, get the website linked up. Good work. Yes, it has, might as well consider that being married. Yeah, it's been married to the job a little bit. Pause this. All right. Stinky stream? This is definitely the stinky stream. I got a good fishy flavor and onion flavor and pickle and olive flavor all at the same time. It's very strong. Very good stink. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button for me, will you guys? Let's get those likes up. I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this. I'm sending out for degree grading. We're going to do a little degree grading review. I got a submission with them done today. Not a very large one, but they had kind of a first-time order promo, so I used that. Excuse me. All right, let's see. Some emails to read. I'm going to delete them. You've got an order. You've got an order. We've got 2 orders. Okay, that's interesting. Well, before we get any further, let's pick a price on that Astral Radiance break. Astral Radiance. We're doing an Astral Radiance box split. That is our next box split, everybody. Divided by 36. Looks like it's going to be a whopping $14 a pack. So it should be pretty fun, actually. That one's a real cheap one. All right. Astral Radiance. We finished Crimson Invasion last night. Was it last night or was it the night before that? So we're going to be doing Astral Radiance now. Jump over here. Camera Pro. Let's turn that on. Okay, good. Still sad about PlayStation. I think it's a very bad decision to piss away brand loyalty. Come on now. Just turn on my iPad, will you? There we go. Go ahead and pause this. Bring that up. Now Sony wants to add more ads to the console. Oh, they're going to add in-game ads, huh? That is something that I've heard discussed many times. Kind of makes sense. It's another way to monetize. Advertisement's important, you know. So we're going to say Astral Radiance. Okay, and we're going to say box split. $14, 36 out of 36. You guys want to have some fun? Jump into this box split. It's a $14 a pack, $14 per pack box split. They'll go off when everyone's bought one spot. It's pretty old. Astral Radiance is getting old fast. Might as well enjoy it now while it's still, you know, let's say less popular, right? Because if it ever gets really popular, like if there's ever like a run on the Sword and Shield era boxes like this one, it could get really expensive really fast. Then you're going to wish you opened some. But right now it's still somewhat affordable. Kind of reminds me of how the EX era used to be. $14? Yeah, that's like when we first started Roaring Skies. Now look at us. $17 for one card in Roaring Skies. 34, 35, 36. All right, there we are. They gave us a Galo on a disc and realized they won the war. Galo? What's Galo? There you go. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, here's this box. Let's have it say 14. Those markers going bad. I can feel it. Almost time for a new marker. We run through a lot of markers. All right, there it is. Astral Radiance. Let's see when Astral Radiance came out. Does it say? It should say on the bottom of the box. I should just be able to look it up here. Came out 2022, so it's 4 years old. That's pretty good. 4-year-old set, guys. 2022. There it is. Astral Radiance 2022 box split, $14, 36 out of 36. Jump in here for some fun. Buy a pack or two. Let's get that going. So now we have a nice box split running with the Crimson Invasion having finished. Roaring Skies. We really ought to go over what's in that set. Our Astral Radiance, because obviously it's not very expensive. PSA 10, Astral Radiance. Let's filter it. Let's go by sold. All right, and let's sort by highest price. We will see the best card you can get from there. So it looks like on June 21st, this Palkia alternative art was a top seller. Check it out. Really neat. So that's probably what we're after right there. That's the top sale. That guy right there. Cool card. It's a special Palkia, and it's got an artwork that's based off of famous artwork where I don't remember the name of the artwork, but it had to do with, like, you know, it's like the dimensions of things isn't correct. Impossible connections between, you know, impossible connections between the floor and the ceiling and the walls. It's a famous artwork. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a dead giveaway because of the sort of like the style of the towers and the stairs and the checkerboard there. Really cool. So that's our top pull from Astral Radiance. I think Misty's in there too, isn't it? Hey, mister, I think I found an impersonator on your server. Do I contact you or the mods? You can contact both the mods and me right away about that. Are you talking about in Discord? And so it's somebody who's what, just running around with my name or something like that? That's happened before. Yeah, be careful, guys. Here's a Luzamine. Look at that Luzamine. People join for nefarious reasons every now and then. We also get people who make fake Cardconomist accounts on the internet, and they repost my content for money. So that has also been a problem. All right, so let's check the price on this Luzamine. Luzamine. Here's one for $440, but it's in China. Here's one for $409. All right, so it looks like our price is going to come down on this card. We're going to go ahead and match that with $400. Okay. So she's coming back up onto the table at 400. There it is. Wow, that's a nice card, the Luzamine. Let's go ahead and fix that camera a little bit. Let's see. H.C. Escher is the artist you're talking about. Yeah, what's the name of that? What's the name of that painting? Is it called Perspectives or something? I can't remember. Crazy, it's still that cheap. Machamp, Starmie. Yeah, there might be Machamp and Starmie in there as well. What's the biggest chase in Astral? That was the one we were just showing off, the Palkia. Sent for shipping. Ooh, sounds good. All right, let's get to these orders real fast. All right, so you're not the oldest order, though. We're going to go from oldest to newest. So the oldest one might be this one from Ivan Rodriguez. CGC 10 Anniversary Bastoid. And you forgot to add the 100 to a slab away on Friday when Discord was down. Oh, good catch. Yeah, Discord went down. And there was more than one thing going on, in fact. Hold on. Let me move that mouse over there. Good catch. Justin K had $2. Did he spend that? Here it is. Okay, so $100 to Ivan in Slab Away and record a TRG sold slab. Uh-oh. What slab was it? I don't remember. TRG sold me a slab. Oops. TRG sold me a slab, but Discord was down. Okay. And then 100 to his slab away. Ascending and descending, monks walk in an endless loop up and down a single flight of stairs on a roof. I can't send you a DM since we aren't friends on Discord. You can send me a friend request, though. All right, let's see. I wish I could disable that. I don't like that. I want people to be able to just instantly contact me. Ivan Rodriguez, this goes down to 770. Boom. All right, updated. This is $2. I'm just going to throw it away. He probably spent it. So now, CGC 10 Anniversary Blastoid. I think that's up here. Is that what it is? Oops. Blastoid, he said. Maybe that one's in Discord already. Hold on, let me check and see if it's in Discord. It doesn't look like it, so let's keep looking on the table real fast. Was a hack on computers. Someone got hacked. Ooh, look at all these slabs, man. We're going to have so many slabs in the future whenever these companies finally get our cards graded, man. But boy, are they taking their sweet-ass time. They're like, would you like your cards back? That's too bad. You can't have them. There it is. Nice. You know, I didn't get a chance to reprice this one. I should take a look at it just temporarily. Make sure it's not half the price it's supposed to be, okay? So that was one to reprice. If it's pretty close, I'll leave it alone. All right, let's see. That's Thai language. Let's type in Japanese. Oh man, it's a mess. Ah, there it is. It's exactly 150, so it's perfect. Okay, maybe we did reprice that one. Here you go, Mr. Ivan. Maybe I did reprice it because I considered it important to reprice. Ah, thinking with my head. All right, that's done. That's a sold slab. Thank you so much, Mr. Ivan. Appreciate it. All right, now we have an order from... So the next order is actually Mr. Team Rocky Grunt. Keep the streak going. Let me get one spot in the Zard Gym Battle. The Zard Gym Battle has suddenly become a topic of interest for Mr. TRG. It looks like Roki Hyun is in there. Is he here right now? Is Musabot watching? All right, so it's going to be him against Team Rocket Grunt. Let's go grab this. He also says 2 Poke Shuffles, had $1 store credit. Perfect. All right, so TRG. Ooh, he's got a really good card right now. He's kind of scaring me. Did you see China evacuated because of a storm? Yeah, they had like a monsoon. That sucks, man. Hope they're safe. All right. Crazy to think about, you know. You never know when it's like the last day of your life. If you knew which day of your life was going to be your last one, you'd probably dress a little better or something. Be like, I'm going out in style. But then one day a monsoon just comes and wipes you out of nowhere. But yeah, they had a nasty storm, huh? I saw that in the news. All right, you ready? Here goes. Zamazenta's not bad. What is TRG poll? Oh, first round, Roki Hyun. Round 2. Oh, the tree's strong. Oh, it's going to be a straight sweep. Roki Hyun. All right. He's ahead by 1 again. There we go. All right. TRG with the miss there. He's now 5-2. He's still way ahead. But Roki Hyun's going to pick that win up. There it goes. That's a pretty big card. This guy's going to win the tournament at the end of 90 days, for sure. And that takes the Charizard up by 1. The Charizard's the big news tonight, I feel. Boop. Let's count this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. We're on track. Whoa. There's only 9 spots left on the Charizard. He is less than 10 spots at this point, guys. It's serious business now. We're at spot 27. Somebody's about to pick up a 151 Alternative Art Charizard, one of the top cards from the Scarlet Violet time period. This is like the 7th most popular card, I think. Obviously, there's a lot of cool cards from this era, and he's a beloved one, so pretty neat. 151 ended up being super popular. He's at 27 out of 36. Kind of your last chance to buy a spot in there, guys. That's how it works, okay? Now, he wants 2 Poke Shuffles as well for Team Rocket Grunt. Now would be the time to take a spot in there, because with 9 spots left, there's only room for 9 more people. 2, 3. 1, 2. Good luck. That could end by Tuesday or something, you know? You never know how it goes. 2 cold ones, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. Sorry, man. Can the next candy break be a Bubble Mew? I've thought about it. Yeah, it could be a lot of different things. All right. Let's see what's next. So, and now we're moving on to Armin Lotfi. He says, for shipping, please, does my address start with blah, 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 blah? Let's make sure that we use the right address, okay? Speaking of which, we got some very important shipping to do for Mr. Sven Jansen and one other gentleman. I can't remember his name. All right, let's log into here. I got another submission done, just a small 20-card submission. I don't have you at all. Hold on, let me look you up. Is this our first time shipping you? Let's see. Let me make sure I'm spelling it right. First time shipping. All right, so what we need to have you do, we need to have you fill in a form. Not a form. Just got to email me. That's all you got to do. You just got to send me an email. Here it is. So, Mr. Armin, you'll want to email me at TheCardconomist@gmail.com and simply include your full address so I can get this bad boy shipped out for you, okay? And then we'll use your email so that you get an automatic tracking number and it'll be all good. So we're waiting on an email from you to get the tracking. Okay. He says, yeah, first time. Perfect. You're here still, so you're ready to work on that. So we set your little baggie to the side here. Okay. I think what I'll do is I'm going to take a minute and advertise the stream in Instagram now. I don't think I did that. Welcome, guys. It's Sunday night, a traditionally pretty slow night. Sundays are never super duper duper crazy. That just means we have more time to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Let's see. I reconnected my bank account to Wise, so that was important. I'm going to hit refresh here. Mr. Mike Side posted a new video, if I recall. Yes, he did. That video's doing well. All right. Oops. Let's say we're live right now for Sunday night. Okay. We hit post on that. And that's good enough. All right. There was some news, some Pokemon news tonight. This card over here just sold for a lot of money in auction. This one. That card just hit $300,000. It was about $296,000. Okay, it was just shy of $300,000. I'm telling you, the Gold Stars, guys, I don't receive a lot of offers on my cards. Rich guys keep reaching out for the Gold Stars. They do. And so this one just sold in auction. $296,000. That's a new record-breaking price for it, I'm pretty sure. And I bet you it just kind of keeps going up. That's my suspicion anyways. I suspect the Gold Stars all reach $1 million. I really do. Like, obviously, base set Charizard has to do that as well. I don't know. These are the bee's knees. They're pretty cool. All right. Okay. Sent the email. Hey, Mr. I asked a question in the AMA chat about a potential service that I'm looking for, and I don't see you offering it. Let me take a quick look and read that. I'm sorry I didn't respond to it already. Here it is. Ask me anything. Can I help you acquire some modern slabs? The issue is that eBay doesn't ship to my country at this time. I've tried several Discord marketplace servers, but most of them offer only US shipping. And if they do offer international, then the seller charges more money because they can. Let's see. No, I will not be doing that. So your request is very similar to a request I've had many times, actually. Your idea is not new. The idea is that I will just act as sort of like a guy who pushes a couple buttons for you over on my side and then put your items in the bag. It's sort of like this. What if you went to a car dealer and said, I don't actually want to buy any of your cars, but I'd like to buy a card from the Ford dealer. So I'd like you to go ahead and purchase a car from the Ford dealer, ship it in here, and then give it to me. And so we just don't do that. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it serves no, it's like a charitable move, I guess. I could do a nice thing for you. So there's that. I have done that for Mary, actually. So Mary had me do that once or twice. She had me do it twice. And it's just sort of like an extra work and an extra risk that there's no upside to, basically. Now, I've had guys come to me and say, okay, well, what if we give you like 5% over the asking price? And even then, it's like at 5%, it's just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not, first of all, I'm not a bank, but I think even the banks make better than 5%. But yeah, so what you're asking basically is, you might find somebody who'll do it for you, but you're not going to find like an established business who'll do it for you. Here it is. Yeah, you might be able to find just some dude who's looking to make like 5% or something like that. Here you are. Yeah, it sucks. It's like the guy, think of it like this. There's a guy in Japan right now, right? And they got product in Japan. And for them, it's a good price. But I'm in the US, and for me, it's a bad price. And so I go to a Japanese guy and I say, hey, buy this for me and just forward it to me. But I want it at the price you've got it at. And they go, nah. They're like, you can pay 20%, 25% over. But we don't, we don't exist to just be your delivery boy. And so that's the problem with the request. But what you're requesting is not new. It's actually a very common request. A lot of people have asked me to do that. That's a very common request. It is. Sent the email. Let's go check that email. Let's see. I'm going to go grab this. That's interesting. That is interesting. Have you thought about opening up a PSA vault and having the items shipped to the PSA vault? So maybe that will work for you. Have you thought of that? Have you thought of marrying a cute American girl and just moving over here? I'm playing with you. All right. Here we are. Shipping address for Mr. Armin. All right. Okay, we're going to put the name in. And now we're going to take this information here. Okay, we got the information. There we go. All right, now we're going to remove these. We're going to remove these commas. We don't need them. All right, and now we're going to grab your email. Thank you for the email. So we use your email to give you an automatic tracking number. And then your bag's not terribly heavy, so this shouldn't be too bad. Wow, that was pretty fast. Perez Hilton sounds familiar. Wasn't he a regular here? Perez Hilton. I don't remember. There we go. Pray for Perez Hilton. I never knew he existed till the live stream. Alex, give me your visa, please. All right, very good. We're going to fold that over and put it over here. So that's all done, and we're set. Perfect. Tonight's going to be a shipping night. We got a lot of shipping to do. We got to take care of Mr. Sven. Ah, yeah, that's the one. No, that's A. Perez. Yes. Arturo Perez. All right, let me rotate these slabs for you guys. We've been rotating this Houndoom for a while. We got to get him out of here. Here's Shanks. Here's a gym break with Kishibe. Here's the Jungle Pack break. Here's the trade break. If you don't have any money tonight, you might just want to work on a trade with me. It's also a nice way to see what's in your bag. And here's Pikachu Go break, which I think is really lovely. So I'm going to rotate these to the front for a moment for you guys to think about. We got the Poke Shuffles, we got the Live Customs, we got the other shuffles, we got the Waifu Shuffles. All kinds of shuffles. Now, Sven time. We're gonna go to International. We're gonna go to Mr. Sven. So apparently we only sent his slabs, and he wanted all of his stuff. I don't know why we sent only his slabs. Let's grab his box. How heavy is this box? Musabot is here. What's up, man? Okay. I'm going to move these out of the way. Now, we got to see how much we can ship to Sven at once. Oops. Well, that's 2 pounds by itself. So that's a lot of shipping. You know what it is? I think I know what happened probably. He probably sent for $40 of shipping, but he needs almost $120 for shipping. So let me investigate that slightly. I'm going to investigate that. What I might be able to do is just get his good cards all into a 2-pound box and then ship only the good ones. So I think I'll start by looking him up. We want to find out how much he last sent for shipping. So I'm going to go over here. Sven. Boo, 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 boo. Ba-doo, beep, ba-doo. Sven Krill, Sven Jansen. Here it is. Sven's last payment was for 10 Poke Shuffles, which is $50. I have a box, also have slabs, but not much, I think. Da-da-da. Here's my phone number. So it does look like he sent for 2 labels. And how many labels did I print for him? Give me a minute here. Notice how there is a big storm heading China after 2 7.0 earthquakes. The end times. Someone always says it's the end times, Alex. What do you think of that? We have an update for your shipment, huh? Okay, on 7/23, I shipped 2 packages to Sven. All right, and they're both marked for 2 pounds. All right, so let me contact Sven back now. Hey, Sven. So I looked into this. It appears maybe the issue was we needed all of the shipping, about $80, just to be able to ship all of the slabs. To get the raw cards out, we also need another round of $40 for shipping, which I can start by printing the label and sending it out right away. Additionally, I will need to condense just your best raw cards into a single 2-pound box for this. You will have some junk cards left over. If you don't want any junk cards left over here, then the total shipping costs for just the raw cards comes out to $40 plus $40, which equals $80. All right, so let me read this again. Hey, Sven, so I looked into this. Appears maybe the issue was we need all of the shipping, about $80 just to be able to ship all the slabs. To get the raw cards out, we also need another round of 40 for shipping, which I can start by printing the label and sending it out right away. I will need to condense just your best raw cards into a single 2-pound box for this. You'll have some junk cards left over. All right, so I have followed up on that one. Maybe I will wait for him to respond. I'm going to accept your friend request here, Mr. Hagai. So I will wait for him to respond to that one. I thought maybe we had messed up the shipping. It looks more like what we did. It looks more like what we did was we used all of his postage on just his slabs because he had so much. Maybe he didn't realize how much he had. There we go. It's all coming together. Cthulhu is coming. No! All right. He better not be coming. What's your consignment fee nowadays? 25%. There we go. All right. So Sven, we are done looking into that. Let's jump back over here to the queue. Tammy, you're just sounding weirder and weirder, Alex. We are. We have Mr. Haunted. It's Haunted here, 5 OP10s. And I believe you mean the Japanese OP10s. You got it. All right, 5 OP10s, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tammy, there's a very good chance Karis and I are moving to Las Vegas. What do you think? Do you approve? Do we get the Tammy approval? That's not a far airplane flight from California. We'll be living nearby. You are? All right. It could take us a full year to move out there. We don't know how long it might take. I don't want it to take that long, but there's a lot of work to do. A whole lot of work. All right. Yeah, Vegas is cooler than Missouri. If you came out here, you'd have to fly into, like, Springfield. And then you would have an hour-and-a-half drive anyways to get from Springfield to Lake of the Ozarks. Lake of the Ozarks is pretty cool for, like, sea-doing. So you could do sea-doos and boats. And it's like a rural place where, I don't know, it's not a lot of rules is what it feels like. You kind of do what you want on your own property. So that's kind of cool. You know, everybody's kind of spread out. It's kind of an escape from the city kind of feeling. But Las Vegas, no, they have a good airport, busy one, and we plan on moving into Summerlin West. That is the goal. Summerlin West, right up against the mountainside, as far away, as high up elevation-wise as possible. We want as much elevation as possible. You got 2 SRs, Mr. Haunted, because it gets colder. It cools down the more elevated you are. So the extreme Nevada heat is it's not as bad in the places with the highest elevation, which is not that bad anyways. So it gets up to like 115 out there, right? Okay, but it's like just don't stand in the sun. Yeah, it's we went there during their heat dome, and actually compared to Missouri, it was surprisingly tolerable. And it made me realize how crappy humidity is. Humidity is awful, like a blanket that you can't escape from. Yeah, you overheat in the humidity. Here it is. Pretty fast. Does TCC have modern slabs? Looking for SV and Mega Evolution slabs up to 600 or 1,000 for slab away. We have very limited modern slabs. We are. I've mostly avoided them. Here it is. Personally, I've avoided modern slabs. We do have a modern slab break, though. So we've got this Charizard break running. For fun, you could take a 1 in 36 stab at this card. And, I mean, what is it like? It's like opening 3 packs of 151. And, well, what are your odds of pulling a Charizard out of 3 packs of 151? Not very good. Also, what are the odds that if you did pull the Charizard, that he actually graded 10? That's also not very good. So your odds here are 1 in 36, and it's probably better odds than opening the packs. So that's what we do have. We got some modern cards as breaks. Now, as for modern cards for Sabaways, I don't really got that. I could get that, but the thing is, for them to be worth my time, I'd have to mark them up. So if I bought them at 100, I got to sell them at like 135, or else it's just no point to it. And that 135 has to cover a profit, taxes, and processing fees. All 3 of those things. So those are the 3 angles. Okay, so you have to understand that's how the whole thing works. You got to pay me to sit my butt down to work on something. I have to get an income. But then there's a tax to be paid. You don't pay it when you check out, so the tax is in the price. And then also there's a processing fee. Now that processing fee, that's not just for the profit on the card, it's for the entire cost of the card. So, you know, the processing fee gets pretty high. It's like 3.5%. For most payments, it's 3.5. And it's that's why we like ZELLE, by the way. ZELLE's really good. ZELLE's fantastic. But so the processing fee is annoyingly high, and so you got to cut that out from the entire cost of the card. And let me show you what that might look like. So let's say we took $1,000 card and sold it for $1,350. And then you multiply that by this. So look at this. A full $47 is just processing fees. Damn. $47 in processing fees. And that's before the taxes, right? And so the taxes will just be on the profit, though, thankfully. Yeah, it'll just be on the profit. Okay, I see. Thanks for the info. Yeah, and so you guys kind of understand how it works. Now, the real good trick is when I can buy a product underpriced. That's great, because then I have a lot more wiggle room when it comes to pricing a good. But when I have to pay, like, let's say I have to pay the top price for, like, a card, nobody wants to buy it for, like, a 0.35 upcharge or anything like that. Nobody wants that. So if I buy the modern card, it's sort of a calculation on it going up in price automatically. That works for some cards. Let's say I were to buy copies of this Charizard, and he went up by 35% over time. Well, then I could just sell him at the market rate and still make my cut, right? So now I'm happy. I've made 35% or whatever it needs to be. I've made my cut for working all day. Okay, but what if this card actually goes down in price? I'm so screwed, because then nobody's going to want it, and I can't even recoup my costs. So this is sort of the trickiness of running a card shop, is like, I could stock up on modern slabs, but that all sort of depends on them strictly going up in value, so that I'm able to take the card appreciation and use that as my profit. If I can't use the card appreciation as my profit, then I have to do that red label where it's like an upcharge, just to not break even. Because you don't want to break even as a business, because if you do, you're working for free. You get no paycheck. That's how it works. So you do see me invest in some slabs, generally ones that I suspect have a higher chance of going up. Like, look, I bought these two. I have a Snorlax and a Lily for you. They're great. But maybe that also reveals a little bit how I feel about those cards. I'm a bit more bearish on them. All right, let's see what's going on. Please don't forget to update the donations ranking. Hell yeah, let's get you up there, man. So you're really far ahead of anybody. Okay, dash 318 plus 25. Boom, 343. Hey, that's like the name of the studio that works on Halo. All right, you're up to $343. Jesus. Karis and I are slightly tempted to try Reno instead of Las Vegas, but because we like that Reno has like a milder summer and a colder winter with snow. But then again, it's like Vegas is where the stuff is sort of, it's just so much more developed. It really is. All right, guys, so we started a new box break tonight. It's a box split, actually. It's called Astral Radiance. It's $14 per pack. It's pretty cheap, actually. The top pull last sold for, I guess, $1,000 or something when you search highest price. And let's see. Here's the list. Astral Radiance. It came out in 2022. That makes it 4 years old. It's almost 5 years old if you think about it. We're in August now, guys. We're on the second half of the year. How crazy is that? Wild, man. The time's flying. Vegas is pretty cold for winter. Yeah, Vegas gets down to like 50 degrees in the winter, I hear. And it can get colder than that. All right, let's see what we got here. We got a Meowth. We got a Nessa. We got another Meowth. We got a Metagross. And we've got a Palafin for 105. Jesus, that's pricey. Wonder if I could put that in the Poke Shuffles. 105 Palafin. I don't know if people would want to keep it, though. Would they want to keep that one? I think they'd keep this Meowth, though. He's pretty cute. 40 bucks. People tend to keep the old maid cards. Let's get him in there. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, cute little Meowth. We have nobody in the queue right now, so I just get to kind of talk to you guys and work on stuff. What do you guys want to talk about tonight? We're going to say old maid Meowth. T10. All right, there it is. Good. Oh, I know another thing I got to work on. I got to get another guy's label made. So maybe work on that for a second here while we're waiting for an order to pop in. Let's grab one more slab here. There it is. We've got Quila. Oh, that one's not ready. That one needs a price change. That card is definitely more expensive than 185 now. Oh, cute. Okay, Luigi. Ouija time. All right. Now, the other guy who needed shipping, he got his box back, and it was like they pulled all his stuff out of the package. So let's begin by making his stuff nice. I don't know why they sent it back, but it got sent back, sadly. And here his stuff is not in the plastic like it should be. We're pulling it out nice and neat. We don't want to rough anything up. What did they do to this? Why did they think that it was bad stuff? Did they just want to look at his one-piece cards? Why is it all jumbled up? I don't like that. They definitely opened it. Let's see. Flipping that around. Obviously, you can see here he has a lot of One Piece. Okay. Just a few more. All right. And now, what's this? There's an empty bag. Mr. Waldbeer. That's who we're helping. Mr. Waldbeer. His stuff got returned. Wow. It's like they took stuff out of every bag, because I can tell this isn't in the bag the way it's supposed to be. Okay. Poor Mr. Waldbeer. He's been waiting a while. Okay. Waldbeer. And then we've got this baggie over here. It looks like they pulled stuff out of this one as well. So crazy. I hope they didn't steal or anything. I don't think they would have. I think it's probably just customs. All right, and oops, and this is upside down as well. So they opened every single bag. Whoever opened this up opened every single bag. All right. And here are the slabs. The slabs are looking all right. Well, if they were trying to steal, they would have stolen the slabs. The slabs are like, they're good. So they would have stolen these. So it has to have just been customs wondering what the hell they're looking at. All right, so now we're recording what came back. This got returned to us from Germany. Okay. Let's take a quick look at it all. So these are clearly just hollows. Hollows. You know, it could have also not have actually been customs. Wherever it got shipped to, that person who it arrived to could have opened it up rather than customs. Okay, that's a hit, so that's untouched. Oh, that's upside down. I'm gonna fix this for him. I'll make it look nice. All right. Good. Vegas is pretty cold for winter. What's up, Space Hammy? How's it going, man? We got Space Hammy in the stream. What's better than that? All right. That's a ton of bulk. Okay, a couple of hits there. Excuse me. All right. Yeah, I don't like this. Somebody opened all this and went through it all. I don't like the way it's displayed at all. Like, why is it constantly upside down? Did they, like, flip through all of it? Here's Trafalgar Law. Here's this guy, the kid guy, or whatever his name is. All right. So that's looking good, actually. Ton of hollows, though. And then over here, a ton of hits. So I can see it from here. There's a lot of hits in this bag. Okay. Some SpongeBob. That must have been that day we were doing free SpongeBobs. All right. We got some of these. I bet you all this went up in price over time. Okay, okay, okay. Good, 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 good. A lot of SRs. Nice. He's got a gold here. That's nice. All right, all right, all right, all right. That's all nice. Good, 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 good. Okay. And the stack of cards. Okay. And one more bag, actually. Here it is. This one looks nice. Now, this looks like the way it should look. This nice little bulk sandwich. That's how it normally looks. All right. We're just, once again, going through these, showing all the cards. All right. Oops. Now, these are upside down. So, let's fix that. Okay. All right. So, there we have it. A little bulk sandwich. Yeah, this got returned from Germany. When I opened it up, 2 of the bags were basically empty. The cards were just poured into the box. The slabs are still there, so that's good. Just take about half of these and sandwich it like this. Actually, you know, there's 3 bags here, so it looks like what we'll probably do, probably grab about a third of these. Okay, and we'll put them like here. All right. Look at this bag. It looks so worn out. Jesus. Let's get him a nice fresh bag, shall we? All right. Nice clean bag. That's nice. And let's write Walt Beer on it. Give me a sticker here. Let's make it nice for him. Baggie number 1. Let's do it for all of them. Let's make it nice. Let's make it presentable. Okay. Good. Grab this. Mr. Walt Beer. Okay, I'll just take a big chunk of these like this. Another sandwich like such. Okay. Is this exciting, guys? I can see we have some orders in the queue, so we're going to start opening those in a second. Appreciate it if you guys took a second to smash that like button. How are you guys tonight on this fine Sunday? It's the end of the week. Sundays are always a little bit slow. We got to get this shipping ready because Mr. Walt Beer's waited a long time for his cards. And this finally returned to me. And so now we're ready to ship it back out to him. Okay, Walt Beer baggie number 3. And now last but not least, baggie number 4. Okay, good. Mister, do you think that we already hit a point where modern Pokemon cards are unaffordable for most people, thus making it an elite hobby? No, because if you just buy them ungraded, they're a lot more affordable. Or if you buy like a PSA 9. The thing is, everyone assumes they deserve a 10. But it's like only some tiny percentage of them actually hit 10. So people's concept of collecting has been skewed so that they all believe they deserve a PSA 10. It's like, no, those are actually really rare. I mean, the hit card is already pretty rare, right? Well, toss on top of that the idea that you're also owed like a PSA 10 of something, and it's just like, all right. Okay. Neat. All right, so that's nice and neat. Honestly, this is quite heavy. How did we ship this all together? This doesn't seem like it would be under 2 pounds. Oh, look at these. These all look pretty bad, too. I'm going to clean up his order further. So enjoy, feast with your eyes, me cleaning these slabs up, because I don't like the way that looks either. They all look so worn out. The sleeves do. All right. Let's get some fresh sleeves for our friend, Mr. Walt Beer. Alexis might be surprised by this. She might be like, wait, didn't I ship this already? Okay. get this all sleeved up. Hey, what's up, Mr. CS Man? How's it going? He got such good grades on these. He must be so happy with that. We sent these out to grade for him, and he just got phenomenal grades. Look at this Shanks. That's OP9 Shanks. Beautiful. It's a nice heavy holder, too. Here, let's get this dust off of here as well. Okay. Things need to be organized. Very good. Now, that looks nice. That looks presentable. Now, I don't understand how this label was made. Was it actually 2 labels, potentially, and then they shipped it back as a single box? Because it seems pretty heavy to me. How did they ship this to me? Oh, yeah, that's over 2 pounds right there. That's over 2 pounds. So we're going to split this into 2 boxes, most likely. Do this. So that's 1 pound and 8 ounces. Whoa. And that's 1 pound and 12 ounces. Okay, now we know. So we're splitting it into 2 shipments. Being gouged by the distributors and then scalped by the secondary market. Oh yeah, it's bad. It's pretty bad. Whoa, there's so many bugs outside my window. It's like a horde of bugs, like a swarm. That's where we get that term, swarm. All right, so this is package number 1 on the right, and package number 2 on the left. All right, let's do it. Let's get it going. Clear this up. We're going to say, well, you know what? We better not make the mistake we did last time with the shipping. So give me a second. Let me contact this guy. He contacted me in my emails, didn't he? Let's see. Here it is. Ah, is this corrected? Let's make sure. All right. So we just want to make sure we use his new address. We're going to use this address, and it's going to be 2 separate boxes. One will have the slabs, the other just raw cards. Okay, we're going to hit send on that. And now, time to go ahead and pop this into our shipping thing. You guys are being very patient today. Thank you. I'm getting the label made for this guy. He's in Germany. And we want to get this just right. We don't want any issues. This needs to be perfect because it didn't work the first time. It got sent back to us the first time. Come on now, let me get his email. What the hell? So weird. So weird the way that works sometimes. All right, and let's try clicking on this. So now it's going to ask me about the address. We're going to cut this out. We're going to put this under probably city. Okay, we're going to hit enter on that. Okay, that looks good. And we're going to make these 2 2-pound packages. And then we're going to set it to package. Oops, no, we do not want priority mail. God dang, dude, this software's... Oh my God, this software's so bad. You try to scroll over to... there it goes. All right, perfect. All right, the dimensions shall be probably 8 by 6 by 6. And then on the customs, we're going to say something like merchandise, playing cards, description, playing cards. Okay, and the weight shall be 2 pounds. And the value shall be, I don't know, like 150 or something. Okay. The itemized weight exceeds the... Oh, there we go. Did that wrong. Delete this. Okay, and now we're going to hit print. That's some expensive postage, so it's a pity this got sent back. Okay, and now we're going to make the same one. Playing cards. Playing cards. We're going to make the weight 2 pounds. and set the value to about 150. All right, there it goes. Okay. There we go. So let me tell him I've set the value to 150. I've set the postage value to 150 per box. It cannot, not be 0. I think that's a pretty fair estimate. For the slabs, you didn't buy them, you just bought the grading. So if they open it and complain it's under valued, just tell them you already owned the cards and just paid to have them graded. All right. Good. Now, we've got his 2 labels and we've got 2 piles of shipping. Now I have to send this off to Miss Alexis, and we're all done sending up our friend Waldbeer with international shipping. We're very good at international shipping. If you're watching this and you're an international buyer, we'll work with you to get a good price on your shipping. All right, this can go here, and ooh, I'm gonna trip on my own stuff. Jesus Christ, dude. I put the fan out there. We've been doing this for 7 years. 7 years of international shipping. We're good at it. That's a lot of practice. All right. Good. Whew. So, I used to enjoy ripping packs, but why should I pay $14 per pack when I can buy the top hit for $1.50? Sure. I mean, that's a fair way to think about it. All right, let's see. Harry Kennison. He says, can I get 1 Simpsons, 1 Ren and Stimpy, 1 The Boys, 1 Trump Playboy, 1 Diagon Alley? Thanks, I have a bag. Let's get it started. 1 of The Simpsons. 1 Ren and Stimpy. 1 The Boys. Where do I keep The Boys? I don't even know. 1 Playboy Trump. I know where that is. Playboy Trump's going to be back here. Here's the Diagon Alley. Last pack of it. Probably, I have another box of it somewhere. Okay. And then, where are the Boys? And Trumpy Wumpy. Here's the Trump pack. But what about the Boys? Ah, here it is. So if you guys enjoyed the TV show The Boys, you can pull some pretty funny cards out of there. Okay, let's get it snipped. People into bulk ripping are the same types you see chained to the slot machines. We are. I don't know, guys. I couldn't tell you. You can judge all you want. Most cards you see were at one point in a booster pack. Like this Nessa, you can buy it. Somebody pulled that first. So if you think the better deal is in slabs, go buy slabs. But you know what happens eventually? One day, the slab costs so much that you're like, whoa, the better deal is in the pack. Right? So that actually happens. So if you see it uneven right now, just go for the slab. But it goes back and forth. I will not trade pants with others. Go for it, dude. Oh, no. That's like me all the time. That's my brain all the time. Go for it, dude. People over on that Pokebank ripping ship dropping like 20K a pop to get 20 worth of cards and 2 hits. Yeah, that happens. But then also you get like Hathim the other night. He opened up 1 pack and got a God pack. And Hathim's been pretty good, actually. Hathim keeps pulling hit after hit after hit after hit. He's up. So, you know, there's people who experience good luck and people who experience bad luck. And so it is luck-based. But, yeah, I mean, there's a reason why Hathim keeps opening. Is because he keeps pulling hits. Here's Don't Bug Me, I'm studying, man. Also, you know, that's the best way to get raw cards, right? So, like, nowadays, if you try to buy them off of, like, eBay ungraded cards, they're already searched. They're already searched. They've all been tested. So, you know, you're really just buying binder cards at that point. So you really have two options then. Open up booster packs or buy pre-graded cards. And sometimes cards are cheaper when you buy them pre-graded, you know, when they're graded already by like PSA. Sometimes that's better because the packs are overpriced and slabs are underpriced. But it actually goes both ways. I've seen it both ways. Just go for it, dude. Slot machines have virtually no return. Yeah, exactly. Like with the slot machine, it's designed to eventually take you to zero. So that it's not a perfect comparison, slot machines to Pokemon cards. When you open Pokemon cards, you actually get cards. And it's a toy, and it can go up in value. But the slot machine is very different. It's like, if you put in, if you watch that one guy, Vegas Matt, you ever watch that guy? If you ever watch his channel, he'll take like $50,000, put it in a slot machine, and by the end of the video, it's zero. And he's got nothing. He doesn't have $50,000 of pack openings. He's got $0. So the machine just goes to zero eventually if you keep rolling, right? You can stop after a jackpot, but overall, it's meant to take your money. Pokemon cards is like, well, you get cards. And whether they go up or down in value depends on whether the market, you know, demands more of it. So the market, you know, if the Pokemon hobby expands, for example, or if the people who are in the hobby get richer somehow, like they get better jobs or they inherit money, which that was my prediction, is that, you know, the millennials are getting older, they're going to start inheriting money and shit. Here goes. All right. Let's see. That guy freaks me out. Vegas Matt, yeah. Yeah, I've watched his content for a couple of years. I don't watch it religiously, but I've always watched a couple of his videos to kind of understand gambling. The same way Mr. Beast did like those scratcher ticket videos, and it was very revealing. Like you'll buy $1 million of scratchers, and then you finish with about $500,000 of rewards. So it's like, it's kind of weird. Like you cannot rely on it to earn you money. It actually net loses you money, which means the only thing you can hope for is to one day roll and hope that you're the one lucky guy and then instantly stop. You know, you have to stop. And people don't do that, though. They just keep playing. Logan Paul's the reason for the massive spike. You know, people blamed Logan Paul, but don't forget this. He kind of disappeared for a while. And then in 2025, without COVID lockdown, without free COVID stimmy checks, in fact, there was a lot of inflation and no stimmy checks. Without Logan Paul making a bunch of Pokemon card videos, the Pokemon market took off on its own anyways. And also, when he got into the hobby back with the base set booster box, it was doing that then too. So it was already climbing on its own. He just threw fuel on the fire. But it was climbing on its own because it was like, it was just time for it to climb. And there were all these Poke YouTubers ooh, here you go, you get a numbered card. There were all these Poke YouTubers making all this content, and Hidden Fates was doing really well. Hidden Fates Charizard was iconic. There we go. Playing over and over and over, searching for a hit is the same as spinning the slot over and over and over. Yeah, I don't know if I'd agree with that necessarily. Here's what I do think happens. If opening a Pokemon pack is too profitable, what happens is the demand rises, and the demand just keeps rising until it's no longer profitable. So that's how I think Pokemon booster packs work. Like, if it's ever super profitable to just open a pack, people will just keep opening them until there's not enough and there's too much demand. So the price goes up as that occurs. See, does that make sense? So they sit in a balance between the demand and the odds of pulling the item. Here's Tawny Owl. Ooh. Bludger in the stands. Picking on Neville. Mid-air collision. Freeze. Poor kitty. Here's the standard book of spells. Quidditch. Care of magical creatures. Blue bottle broom. What? Shoe and colored changing ink. You did not pull a holographic pack this time. Maybe the next pack will be hollow. COVID cooked so many hobbies. Watches went nuts. Well, it's so funny because we're all told to believe that everyone's so poor and then everything is actually going up in price. How does that make sense? Because everyone's not equally poor. Like, some people are doctors and engineers. Some people got computer software jobs. Some people got jobs in finance. Some people became business owners. Some people, you know, they just got a good hustle going. I think I got a kind of a good hustle going. Some people became YouTubers like Logan Paul, and they became celebrities without needing Hollywood. So, you know, it turns out there is a lot of money, and your job is to get on that gravy train somehow, but that means specializing in a skill. You need to specialize in something. Here's log. You know, we were talking about this slightly yesterday. I was saying, you know, if you have a job and your job is very generic, it's like you got to go to Walmart and stock the shelves at Walmart, that is not a specialized skill. Everyone can do it, and that's why it doesn't pay anything. So your job is to go develop a specialized skill and go get into that middle class or upper middle class or even the upper class. You know, go get over there. Go get in private equity. I'm in private equity, yeah. Oh, you don't summer. Oh, bummer, my man. Yeah, the wifey and the kids. I'm trying to remember the names. Ibida and what was the other kid's name? I'm referencing a skit. Here's Royal Canadian Kilted Yaxman. Oh, you just stay put. Oh, bummer, bro. Yeah, we just moved into the Hamptons. Yeah, $18 million. I work in private equity, PE. Whoa, look at this. Disparity is getting bigger and bigger. What am I looking at, dude? All right. Plenty of specialists making F all. Perhaps that's the case for some situations. Here's new log for girls. You know, there's girls opening OnlyFans accounts, and they go out there and they make like $1 million nowadays. That's like a new way to get rich. So, yeah, and then there's guys who like learn how to import products from China. They get rich. And then they, you know, they like learn how to advertise it on TikTok. And then all of a sudden they're selling $1 million of that imported Chinese plastic product. There's guys who are really just playing video games and actually making a lot of money because that's a whole industry now, just playing video games. There's guys who are into esports and they win like a tournament, and then they get the tournament money, and then they get to make content for the rest of their lives. Very nice. Thank you, Mr. Harry Kennison, for the big order. Let's grab your bag. Got to grow those hedge funds. That's right. Got to extend the value of the shareholder stocks. We are guys with lots of lands transform it into storage. It is Harry Kennison. There are guys who got into renting multifamily home units, you know, and now they're making money. They got loans from the bank to do that. It is. We have a guy from our group who started a small business. His name is Anthony Rodriguez, and he started up a little kind of like a food truck situation. And he was going to the Collecticons and selling, you know, food that he brought with him. And although he hasn't popped in a little while, last time he was here, he was saying he was doing phenomenally well. And he was even talking about how being in this group and hearing us talk about, hey, go be ambitious, go make more money, go test yourself, you know, go. And what I mean by test is get out there and do something you can actually fail at and lose. Because if you haven't, like, it's all about this, guys. I learned this from reading books. You got to go out there and do something so difficult that there is a risk that you might not be good enough to do it. And if you haven't tested it, then you don't know if you're good enough or not. So for me, that was going to college to go do computer science. I was like homeschooled, and I had no idea if I was smart enough to actually do it. And I was scared it was just going to blow up in my face. But if I was good enough at it, the reward was that I was going to get a good job. If I failed, then I would know my limits. So you got to go out there and test your limits. It's really important you do that. A lot of people don't do that. I think it's kind of a scary proposition. It's very uncomfortable too. Excuse me. Magician's Hobby says Pokemon cards have pretty much a guaranteed return after 5 years, and it's been a sure thing after 10 years. Look at any. Yeah, and he could be right. Like, it could just be part of human nature that humans are not very good at holding on to stuff for 5 years. Or maybe the value of the 5-year cards is already getting priced in right now. Maybe that is the growth we're seeing. All right, what's next? Here's Eddie Mendoza, 20 packs of Storm Emeralda. Oh, yeah. Let's get it started, man. 20 packs, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're 14 deep here. We got a ton of Storm Emeralda. Another case arrived. Another case is on the way. And I just ordered 2 more cases from my main supplier. So we got a lot now. We are very well stocked on this, hopefully for a long time. Here we are. All right. Good. Yeah, maybe there are guys who they just got into card grading. Maybe there's a lot of doors open right now for card grading. There's unbelievable demand for it. I was telling people, if you got to relocate to go take a job with PSA, BGS, CGC, or SGC, go relocate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pack your bag and go get a new job. Those jobs might be around for a long time. The card grading, that might be a valuable skill that doesn't require college education, just requires practice. Stick with those companies because it's looking a lot like they might make money for a long ass time. Okay, you ready? Let's count this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We got it. 20 packs. So, what other cool jobs are there right now, do you guys think? Snipping this. Okay. Pretty much anything you can do for Tesla right now. If you can get a Tesla job, they're doing cool stuff. That company seems like they're going to be making money over time, don't you think? I think they're going to get into like robotics, and obviously they do cars already, and they do like data and AI and neuroplant. Like, they got to have all kinds of jobs, you know? Tesla's pretty cool. I feel like school doesn't teach you much about like mining or farming or like harvesting lumber or any of that. And yet those are all really critical jobs. One of the things we are learning about is we don't have enough of those rare earth minerals. And I kind of blame that on the United States education system. Like, none of us went to school for that. So why would any of us know how to do it? Go get yourself involved with something like that, you know, digging up the earth and extracting the valuable materials from it. Here we are. Go become a titan of digging stuff up. Kind of like Minecraft. I'll relocate to do TCC grading. I worked for Tesla for 2 years, and they didn't pay very well. I didn't know that. Here it is. Yeah, they might be a little cutthroat. I'm not sure. All right, what we got? Let's see. Here's RK9. Code. Oh, Azuril. Medicine is great right now. You know, everyone needs medicine. We're all fatter and less healthy than ever before. And you've got an aging baby boomer population that's reaching like 100 years old. Well, those guys need like constant care. They need like senior health care. And so there's probably like, you know, old people homes that are constantly hiring people to like change their booty butt pans and help them walk around. And it's maybe a little bit of a yucky job, but hey, it pays, and it's a noble profession, I'd say. I mean, it is meaningful to help the elderly. It is. Because that'll be me and you one day. Boy, I hope the kids have a sense of being nice at that point. And not like, oh, geez, Grandpa. All right, let's see. Get this fat old guy out of here. One more pack. Come on, baby. Nah, cold this time. No! I'm sorry, Mr. Eddie. It might be in the next 10 packs. With Tesla, you have to look at the facts. You are also given stocks as an employee if you work there over, I think, it's 3 years. And look at all the multi-millionaire employees just because of stocks. Yeah, I heard some of the employees that have been there a long time did pretty well. Maybe that's kind of how it is, you know. I think that's how it is a lot of industry. So this is a pretty rough round. You got the counter catcher, the Azuril, and 2 EXs, and then you got some nice hollows. But you did not pull a big spicy card tonight. I don't know about that. All right, let's try and find your bag. Did you need a new bag? He didn't say he needed a new bag. Because you're right here. How's your bag looking? With Tesla, you have to look at the facts. You're also given stocks as an employee. Already read that. You got Dark Radicate. You got Litleo. Ooh, you got this nice Charmander. Cool, man. I'm going to give you a bonus card, okay, Mr. Eddie Mendoza? Bonus card. The stock plan doesn't make up for the low pay, working another job on a different company in the same industry. Let's grab this. There's probably some jobs having to do with, you know, starting to work alongside AI. Okay, I got you on the giveaway slab. And then let's give you a free card. By the way, if you guys ever learn how to make purchases using ZELLE, we'll get you into a second giveaway. Ooh, here's another Azurill. So you got 2 Azurills today. Here we are. We had a guy who used to work for Tesla, and then he started selling Pokemon cards. Aovic. Here we are. All right, good. Very nice. Very good. Oops. Tossing this out here. All right. I think this is supposed to be in here. It's the last one. It's funny. Look at this Meowth. He's so cute. Here's a cheap Cardconomist graded card. Not a lot of those available for sale. I did have a guy reach out who was interested in maybe having me sell his Cardconomist cards for him. He has 2 nice ones. Okay. So Mr. Sven is taken care of. Let's go ahead and take a look at the website, because it should be the website's turn now. So here's Eddie Mendoza. 20 more Storm packs. You got it, man. All right, 20 more packs. Half some booty butts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we got 4 packs remaining. Good luck. Ooh. Snipping this. We got to pull the Golden Rayquaza. Snipping this. Snipping this. Oops. Sneep. Okay, we got a nice little sneep in there. How you guys feeling tonight? How's everyone feeling tonight on this fine Sunday? Okay. Good. Ooh, another alt art coming out. Look at that. Galissapod popping out. That's an improvement. Right away, that's an improvement. What? I've never seen this Inkay before. How have we never pulled this one? Whoa, that's cool. All right, Inkay. Wishy-washy. So that was a good move, Mr. Eddie Mendoza. Picking up an alt art and a nice Inkay. Little Groudon. Cool. Malamar. Thank you for the membership earlier. Oh, you're talking to Musabot? Musabot's been handing out memberships like crazy. There we go. What do you guys think are the best industries to get jobs in right now? That sounds like an AI question. Anybody here thinking about improving their career, trying to go for a new job? Here's Enamorous. We were at the airlines, the airport. They seemed like they had a lot of jobs. Some of those jobs got to be decent paying. Here's Golurk. Here's Como-O. Code. You know what I don't think is a very good paying job? Delivery, unfortunately. I don't think you get paid very well doing deliveries. I've been watching some videos on that, and it's kind of brutal. Seems kind of like a dangerous job, too. Like you have a chance of crashing or being crashed into by a drunk driver. Police officer is one job that will be around for a good amount of time. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I think being a police officer became super unpopular after, you know, what's his name? St. Floyd. George Floyd, the guy who robbed a pregnant woman at gunpoint. After that whole event, cops kind of became the bad guys. And I don't know if it's a popular job yet, but I doubt it. It seems like a terrible job. Like, you're going to get in so much trouble if you do your job wrong, like if you lose your cool. You're going to get shot at potentially. People are going to take revenge on you. Oh, my God. And then how much do you really even get paid? Like $40,000 a year? You must really like that job. I think it's probably safer to join the military. Eddie Mendoza. All right, here we are. Cybersecurity is huge at the work expos. Oh, nice. That makes sense. Everyone needs it. Here we are. There we go. All right. So many jobs out there, guys. Lots of stuff. If you're in a job that's not paying enough, don't wait to start learning a new skill and pursuing something new that pays significantly more. You know, you don't realize you're passionate about something until it starts putting a huge paycheck in your wallet, and then you're like, oh, I love this job. This is great. That paycheck makes a big difference on job satisfaction. We tilted? Let's get that. Let's get this untilted, shall we? How's that looking? How's that looking? Is that looking good? All right. Cops make $60,000 to $120,000 per year. Let's see how much they make where I live. They might make that where you live. Let's see. Make in Camdenton. You ready? I think it was like $18 an hour. Here it is. Where I live, cops make $24 an hour. Yowza. 24. The Walmart pays 15. So where I live, the cops make 24 an hour. Wow. Alexis makes 25, and she doesn't get shot at. Crazy. That's pretty interesting. All right. Oh, it's 8:10. It's time to pay Mike's side, guys. Oh my gosh. I gotta raise some money, man. That's 50K. Yeah, that's not so bad. Well, I suppose it also depends on how many hours they actually get. So I don't know if they're guaranteed full-time work. Being a truck driver, my job, has a fatality rate 3 times higher than being a cop in Las Vegas. A truck drive is more dangerous. A truck driver has a more dangerous job. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't think of it that way, you know. Truck driving. It makes sense. Well, that's why I was saying delivery guys have a little bit of a risky job. Because it's like, you know, when you're on that road, anything can happen at 60 miles an hour. Bad things can happen at 60 miles an hour. All right. Cherries out. My father was driving for a pizza restaurant, made good money, was hit by a drunk driver, had to be helivac'd, now is disabled, had to get his spine infused and his ribs plated. Wow. That's so bad. I saw that happening once. I was actually turning into my neighborhood, and someone was getting helivac'd to a hospital. It was a motorcyclist who I guess crashed pretty bad right in our neighborhood. I mean, you're not even supposed to go fast in our neighborhood, so what could he have done? But you never know. You know, if you're going, let's say you're going 40 and you hit a guy head on also going 40, well, the actual force is like 40 plus 40. It's like 80 miles an hour of force. So it can be pretty deadly even at a low speed. That's why I'm saying you start going 60 and that can become really deadly. All right, here we have a Charizard. Now, this will be an example of a red label. Driving a truck has the highest fatality rate of all jobs in Nevada, and I make 22 an hour. What? We got to get you an upgrade, man. Got to get you to 25. Let's see. Wow, you stay safe, okay? We need you to keep earning money, too. Here's Vivid Charizard. 025. I drove for Coca-Cola, but I didn't drive a truck for them. I just drove my personal vehicle, and I drove all over the place to go to, like, where they were selling the soda. My job was to just go in and fix the shelves and get it all stocked up and organize the back room and all that. Is this it? This reverse hollow? Let's see. Let me look at this real carefully. Boo-boo. Let me look at Charizard. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. That's from 2020. And what's the population on this card? It's kind of a high pop card. Okay. Excuse me. So, this card's ready to be sold for $217. There it is. Cool. So we got Charizard up there now. He's a reverse hollow. It's brutal. Job market in Vegas is rough. I want to work for you. Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe if we were over there, you could do like those encapsulations. Actually, I've like 4 of them to do. when John used to do it, it was a nice setup because we could keep the price of the grading really low because I didn't have to personally use my free time to do it. So it's rough using my free time because I have so many other things to be working on, including just making content. All right, let's see. Next up, we have an order from Mr. Hathim. He says 5 of the English OP10s. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here, oh, let's toss this over here. What is this? This is OP10. Here's some more OP10s. We sold a silver coin last night, didn't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We sold a silver coin to our friend, Mr. Kihyunro. He bought the Aries Mars coin for a decent price, too, by the way. He paid $400. The reason that's so good is because I literally paid $450 for that. So he actually got it cheaper than I did. You ready? I make $24 an hour handling cannabis plants. Oh, yeah, that's a cool industry, too. Snipping this. You know, I think I heard from my grandma like 2 years ago that my Aunt Jean works. She married a man who's a farmer, and I think he gets paid to grow weed, like industrial weed, like actual large amounts of it. Here it is. I've heard that Missouri is a good place to grow weed because it's so wet and humid. There we go. I trade index and commodities. Are you ready? Here goes. So we've got some hollows. Here's my job. What's that like? Do you do it for like a company? Here's Rebecca. Ooh. And here's some hollows. All right. And here's Tashigi. Oh. Agreed, Musa. I've also been buying silver. Drugs are bad, okay. Yes, they actually went up around 10%. I bought it a little too late. Here's Tashigi. And here's Virgo Roronoro Zoro. Trading securities and commodities. That sounds like a pretty high-risk job. Here it is. That's Mr. Hathim. Seems like you could lose money on that. That sounds like day trading to me. Here we are. All right. Cost of living is higher there. Let's see. It's never too late to buy silver. It's sort of prop trade. Prop trade. I don't know what that one is. All right, so let's go grab Mr. Hathim's baggie. You got a double box now, Mr. Hathim. Wow, you're like royalty over here. The Prince of Pokemon. There you are. How about that Ekans Topps card there? That's a big deal. Only $600. So cheap. I should probably get that one listed up on eBay. Oh, I'm supposed to list one item per stream. So lazy. Oh, let's see. You trade for company's profit with company funds. Then you get a commission out of it on top of base pay. That's so strange. There we go. All right, very good. That seems really risky. Now, let's see what we got. Joshua Rose. 2 CB Marvels. Ooh, we're running real low on the CB Marvel. I might have to go ahead and order 2 more of them, in fact, on top of what we already ordered. All right. Kind of like a fund manager, but they trade for customers, not for the companies. All right, let's grab this. All right, guys, I'm ready to be a fund manager for Pokemon cards. You guys send me your cash, and I'll go invest it into rare cards for us. And I don't know how you would get paid out. How would you get paid out in that scenario? Unliving Legionnaire. Shield. Avengers Hanger. Thor Odinson. Justice Vance. Spectacular Tactics. Pumpkin Bombardment. Terrific Team Up. Abomination. Forest. The Vision. Wakandan War Panther. Captain America. Wings of Freedom. Steely Resolve. And Loki, God of Mischief. He's pretty mischievous. All right. Grab that. Kind of weird that they took an actual religion. Like the whole Thor, Odin, and Loki. That wasn't just like a comic book character. Those were real gods worshipped by pagans in Europe. and then they just kind of took those gods and turned them into like Marvel superheroes. It's kind of weird, isn't it? It's like if later Jesus and Muhammad were part of like a comic book together. It's like, okay. It's a little disrespectful almost. But it's weird because those religions have been dead for so long that nobody cares anymore. No one practices that religion at all. So now they're almost like mythical stories. It's funny, I wonder when the current religions will reach that point. More dead religions. Here's Ninja of the Hand. All right, you ready? Trickster, that's like the opposite of the foot, huh? Trickster's Stratagem. Vision of Villainy. Uh-oh. He's looking pretty villainous. Okoye. Dora Milaje leader. Loki Lafisun. Here's Armed Assailant. Grape Shot. Daughter of the Deep. Baron Strucker Hydra. Mountain. I want a house like this one. Mr. Immortal. Silver Surfer Galactus's Herald. Abomination Irradiated Brute. Storm Force of Nature. Ooh, look at that. The Astonishing Ant-Man. That's so cool. That looks great, man. So many good cards in here. I wish you'd move here tomorrow, lol. I'd do all your eBay listings, encapsulation, help with the stream. I'd be your personal assistant. Grocery shopping. Man, actually, you know what we're getting on Monday? We are getting factor meals again. We tried them in the past and they were just okay. Like, they were too expensive. But I'm so bad at cooking food. It's not that I don't understand how to cook, but I just never have time, and I'm so lazy now that I'm giving in and trying them again. So I'm giving Factor Meals another shot. Factor Meals is that company that mails you food, pre-cooked food, and you put in your fridge. Here we are. All right. Wow, this is a great card, man. Yeah, well, you know, when Karis and I move, we're probably going to need to hire a new person to do the shipping again. So that's probably a thing that's going to happen. I don't know how that'll work with like HOA rules and stuff like that. It might have to be a kind of thing on the down low, kind of, you know, like real quiet. I don't know what the rules would be. They might have rules against that. I think we have to register the business and everything. Here you go, Joshua. It's a lot of work, actually. Something that we'll have to learn a lot about. Do they have a stinky meal plan? Oh, I love those. You know, the meals are never enough food. So it's always good to have like a backup, like a side dish that extends the meal a little bit. And stinky fish is a great example of that. Plenty of lot lizards to hire in Vegas, mister. Yeah, maybe I'll hire like a aged out stripper who's just a little too old to be up there dancing. And she's like, I got to get a job now. Because life doesn't end after you've gotten too old to be a stripper. You still got to do it. Still got to make money somehow. Hey, here's this Bowser here, guys. This would be a great card. Look at it. Joker card. Beautiful. 2015. There's 11 years of age behind this card. Definitely out of print. And only a $30 buy-in. He's a cheaper card to buy into. Here's Meow. All right. So Joshua Rose is done. I've managed several restaurants, so I'm a good cook. Also, women just walking the streets in Vegas, mister. Do they really? I've heard of that kind of stuff. Is that really a thing? All right, let's see. And, you know, they've made that, it's illegal to pay a woman for sex in Las Vegas. And I almost wonder, it's like, why? You know, of all places in the country, why should it be illegal there? Here's the thing. Of course, I'm asking the question everyone probably asks. Seems like if you were going to go somewhere to get a job doing that, being, you know, a girl who makes other guys happy for money, that seems like the place to do it. All right, let's see. It's not like girls are not shaking their booties online for money all year long. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have to get more of this. More Vendetta. It's a very fast selling product. I'll be right back. All right, here we are. League. And us men are grateful. That's unleashed. Hold on. Let me do this real fast. Oops. I swear this room makes me cough more, but maybe it's just the fact that I'm talking a bunch. All right, let's see what we got. It's a slippery slope. If Vegas allows it, they're probably worried about an increase in crime against the women if that's legal. I guess. I mean, they have it legal in some parts of Nevada already. And I don't hear about, like, that being the end of society or something. There we go. I'm just saying, like, it's not a terrible idea to have some place in the whole country where that's a legal thing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Because as long as it's illegal, they're going to do it anyways. They're just going to be really quiet about it. And now you have pimps and trafficking and you know, illegal groups, right? All right, you ready? The fact of the matter is, people want to be able to pay to have sex with somebody. They have them in, like, Amsterdam, red light districts. They have them in Germany, pretty sure. They exist in other parts of the world, you know. What's the, like, Thailand or something like that has it? All right, ready? All right. Mr. Hutham, what do we got? So 1 English OP10, which is just some hollows. And then we have... Ooh, you've pulled Calm Rune. Making it illegal is what actually causes the crime aspect to be worse. That's why they legalized weed. There's very little black market for it since it's regulated. Yeah, I think there's, well, I think, I don't want to argue, you know, whether the law makes it more or less or something like that. But one thing I would say is, ultimately, it turned out weed wasn't that damaging to society. Is it a vice? Probably. You know, it's sort of like, it makes you dizzy. It probably increases the risk of, like, a DUI or something like that. So you got to make rules like, okay, well, you can't drink and drive. You can't smoke and drive. So you have to make rules like that. And there might be a case where somebody was high on weed and drove his car and crashed. And maybe even hurt or killed somebody. So it can be problematic that way. I would say the same is true about prostitution. Like, if it was illegal to run a brothel in Las Vegas and girls could sign up to get paid to have, like, a relationship with the man, like a red light district thing, I just honestly don't think society is going to fall apart because of that. It is. And there are some girls who probably will be like, yeah, I'll do that. Because they're into that, you know? That's one of the things. I think all this adult content online has sort of taught us that some girls are into that stuff. They're fine with it. They're all about it. There we go. It's not for everybody. All right. Risen Rose with comic variants. Are you missing? Wait, what? Risen Rose? Oh, which comic variants are you missing? You're talking to somebody. I'm chasing all the comic book cover arts. The Ant-Man now puts me at 9 out of 15. Ant-Man is one of the cheaper comic book covers, but I need it. Thank you, mister. Nice. You know, I think you're going to get me to order even more of that Marvel product because it's such a good product. I mean, I think we've sold over a case of it now, and there's been a lot of good pulls that have come out of there. So that's been a pretty popular one. Mr. Athim, I think we're going to have to restock that one because we're running low. Now, we already have a restock on the way, but we only have like half a box of it left. And I just didn't expect it to be such a hot product, but it is. Okay, with legal weed, less people drink alcohol, which is way more dangerous. Maybe that's true. I'm not sure if that's true. I don't know the numbers, but I'm not against weed. I think weed's probably less harmful than alcohol, and that's the point. Like, why did we have this thing be illegal that wasn't even that dangerous the whole time? And that's kind of how I feel about the subject of prostitution. It's like, okay, some guy who's not getting any can pay to get some finally, and maybe there's a girl who wants to provide it and she wants to get paid. Have we fallen apart at the seams as a country now? Like, you know, like, how does Amsterdam do it this whole time? So the red light districts in Europe, how do they do it? Why aren't they falling apart at the seams? Here's Zubat. I just think it's this humans in society constantly have too much conservatism, where it's like now you've got a missing business. You have a whole industry you're missing out on. And maybe that was the whole idea of Vegas in the first place. Like apparently it was a place you could go gamble and get divorced, which was a crazy idea back then. Joseph Smith, 2 Poke Shuffles. You got it. Ready? Vegas was a place you could gamble and get divorced, which was a big idea at the time. Here we are. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Boop. Oh, pulling the neat arena. Nice, dude. All right, let's go grab it. All right, little 2-card snipe there, huh? Here it is. So that's a $40 card. It can be re-rolled for $35. And what it is, you're looking at a Master Ball 10 on Neat Arena from 151. See that? Master Ball. Now this was graded with SGC a really long time ago. It is so long ago. 2023, now we're in 2026. Crazy. It would have been heavily regulated since it's a party city. I could see drunk guys using it as a means of assault unless it only occurs in certain protected buildings. Well, yeah, that's called a brothel, and it would be a protected building. So, you know, that's why they have like pimps and all that, right? To make sure the girls don't get hurt. So you have to have pimps. But a brothel is sort of like, you know, it's like more managed. You go into the building, there's security guards. There's like a lead person who controls the building. And I think the girls have to decide if they want to do stuff with you. That's how I've read about that at their, they have places, again, it's already illegal in some parts of Nevada. So they have places like that in Nevada where that's how it works. And people are always learning about it because it's such an interesting subject. I'm saying since it's Vegas, I can see it getting out of hand. I guess, I don't know. Look at that, Neat Arena. I will re-roll it. All right, Neat Arena gets re-rolled. That's going to be 35. Going back in for 40. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is 8. Oh, that goes in here. And you're going to pull 7 cards back out. Ready? It already is out of hand because there's no legal option. If there was a legal option, the illegal option would be not so popular. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think he's suggesting, you know, it just happens under the table a lot more. Oops. It looks like I might have written that card down twice. I'm pretty sure that's the same card. That's so weird. All right, so I'm going to throw this away. So you're moving into Suicune. That's clearly a mistake when I was loading it into the box. I must have written it down twice like a goofball. That could have been really confusing if those cards got separated. So you're going from Neat Arena to PSA 9. Is that PSA 9? Suicune. All right. I think that's about the same value. Might be more. Here it is. So the Suicune is down to $25. You can keep it or re-roll it for $20. Look up legal brothels in Nevada. There are some documentaries on YouTube. Yes. I'm not against prostitution. If it was legal in all 50 states, I wouldn't care. It is. People want to have sex. And honestly, I think sex is a very healthy thing. I don't think it's I don't really see it as a vice. I see it as a healthy, normal thing. And I think if the rules were, you know, just the word like prostitution has like a dirty feel to it. But if the rules were written in such a way that it was very voluntary, you know, the girls were very well protected and all that, I don't think it would have to be like a terrible dark thing like the way we portrayed in the 1950s and 1960s TV shows. You know what I mean? This is 2026. Like people are pretty, they're pretty hip to the hop these days, you know? Re-roll it. I already have it. All right. So we're going to re-roll this for $20. Good luck. 20. It goes back in for 25. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to get 4 cards back out. It's the oldest profession. Boop. Good. That goes back in here. Good luck. I guess this is a good question. I would get another card since it was placed in there twice. No, you don't get 2 cards for that. That's clearly just that's a simple, like, writing mistake. You don't get double value for that. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. What do we got? 4 cold ones. No! Yeah, what happened was, obviously, I wrote the card down, and I was probably talking to everybody, and then I wrote it down a second time and then put it into the box. So that's clearly what happened. And that's why they were right next to each other in the box. And there's only 1 Suicune in the box, so it wouldn't make sense for 2 of those cards to exist. There it is. So that's a simple mistake. All right. That was a rough re-roll this time. Here's Javier Arroyo, 1 Marvel Magic, 2 live customs. Can you put my top Spearow on consignment? Ooh, is it still up here? Let me go looking for it. No, it is not. All right. So the card isn't up here. I'm going to have to go down and grab it, but I'm going to do that a little later. There we go. 1 of their customs got used for that mistake, so you owe them another right. Not in this case, because most likely what I did was I counted that. So I probably said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Here we are. All right. 2 live customs. Top Spearow consignment. I'm going to write that down. Considering it's an extra card in the box, I'm going to assume it was counted as $5. Unless you can go look it up and find out when that mistake occurred and see that I did not count it. That would be pretty weird if I didn't count it. I would have had to have the card physically in my hand and then just skipped counting it. Very unlikely. Here it is. We're going to say Javier Arroyo, top Spearow, consign. Okay. All right, we'll put this over here. Okay. Let's get you your 2 live customs to get started. There we go. We're going to say 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. That felt a little thick. Is there bonus cards in there? Oh, whoa, that's a good bonus card. Look at that. You got Rowlet, Alone, Executor. So that counts as a cold pack, but you're actually pulling something out of it. How funny is that? Boy, I got to do more of those. Those are fun. I like that. Okay, and you also pull Rotom. All right. That's kind of a cool pack. I don't know if I need those, though. We have PokeBruhs now. Maybe what I should do is I should have a spot in the live customs for like 5 PokeBruhs. Maybe 4 PokeBruhs. That'd be interesting. Rowlet and Alone Executor. I need that card. All right. I don't think I have any more like that in there. I haven't felt a fat pack like that. Javier. Putting this here. That was pretty fun. One Marvel Magic. So we're really low on the Marvel Magic at this point. Yeah, look at this. So we are down to just 5 packs, everybody. And he's going to take one of the 5. So there's just 4 packs left after that. And then we're sold out. So I think I should order more the minute that hits empty. I should add 2 more. We've already got 2 on the way. We should get 2 more after that so that there's a total of 4 on the way. There we go. All right. Here's Kunlun Warrior. Kunlun, Super Suit, Hawkeye's Bow, Speed, Young Avenger, Arnim Zola, Biofanatic. Here's Selfless Police Captain, Collector's Case. What? It's a weird one. The duck there. Origin of Captain America, Hulk Smash, Planes, Super Scroll, Promise of Loyalty, Worlds Within Worlds, War Leader's Call, and Cosmic Cube. Oh, cool. Another Doomsday card. All right. What are people chasing in Magic the Gathering Marvel? They're chasing after comic book cards. There's some really cool cards that are like from the comics, and they just look super nice. I had that card in my watch list. Really? The Alone Executor? That's so funny. There we go. That's so random. Okay, tossing that away. And this belongs to you. Your bag's getting kind of fat. Yeah. Tossing this in here. Good. Lovely. Now, what's next? Joseph Smith, One Marvel Impel Series 1. All right. This is super popular. People are opening tons of this. This is Impel Marvel Series 1. It's from the 1990s, I'm pretty sure. It's from exactly 1990. All right, let's see what we get. That's really old. 36 years old. 1 year younger than me. Crazy. When I search for my birthday now, when I'm signing up for like a website, it's so embarrassing. I have to scroll. Wasn't always like that. I was a young chicken once. There we are. Young spring chicken. Here's Dagger. Now I gotta scroll for like 5 hours. Magneto, why do you hate the X-Men so much? Hulk versus Spider-Man. Here's Loki. Supervillain. Spider-Man versus Kraven. X-Men versus Fantastic Four. Deathlock. Here's Spider-Man in the evil Venom suit. Avengers, Earth's mightiest superheroes. The Punisher. Look how these are comic book covers as well. Here's Wolverine, and here's Kingpin. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, that was a good pack. I feel like you had a number of great cards. Like, look at this Wolverine. He looks fantastic. Doesn't that look good? Wow. They're all gradable, by the way. Every single one of these is gradable. That's what one of the cool things about Impel Marvel is the whole pack is gradable. You know, you pull like this Kingpin, and if he can get a 10, why not? Send him in. They're all designed to look like a comic book cover, so it's just really desirable. All right, Mr. Joseph, let's see if we can find your bag. I think we were keeping you up here at one point. Here you are. You're still here. Good. All right. Go ahead and put this here. What do you have? Oh, you got the Growlithe, huh? Cute. All right. Put that back over there. Rip. Now we have Mr. Eddie Mendoza, 7 of the OP10 packs. Now you must be talking about the English OP10s, right? Let me think. Yeah, he's got to be talking about English. These are going pretty fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Is the price wrong on these? All right, you ready? We've blown through a couple boxes of these, it feels like. Time to snip. Good luck. One piece OP10. Are we on a new box of Marvel Impel? It's the same box. Yeah, it's the same box. That doesn't mean you can't pull a big hit out of there. There. Okay. And snipping this. Snip. Oops. All right. Yeah, Marvel's actually been a big part of our sales lately, it feels like. Sold a lot of Marvel recently. Here's some Hallows. Monkey D. Luffy. Here's Eustace Captain Kidd. Good. Here's Monet. Boop. Shiryu. Your turn card. Ooh, your turn. Not to be confused with my turn. Sugar. And last pack, you're going to pull Smiley. Marvel games are blowing up. Oh, that's good. Marvel games are doing well. We might have to invest in Marvel. Invest! Always looking for stuff to invest in other than Pokemon. Pokemon's real crazy. There it is. But, you know, there's opportunity in other hobbies. There's Tyranitar. Here's Magnemite. Elekid. Pokemon Go Pikachu. Oops. And Kicks. Not to be confused with Skirt. Marvel Rivals competitive queue kills my soul a bit. Oh, the Marvel Rivals game. That's what you're talking about. Next up, we have Kyle Burns. Not to be confused with Kyle Buns. He says, a whole box of Storm Emeralda. All right, let me go grab a whole round of those, because we need them. Kitty's going a little bit crazy, man. She's lonely. She's lonely and she knows I'm awake. Here we are. So here's some more Marvel Impel. Here's a fresh box of Storm Emeralda. Good. And then we need a baggie. Here it is. Not that baggie. Maybe, well, didn't we just have it? We should have just had a baggie. We didn't throw it away, did we? We would have just had a bag for the Marvel cards. Oh, here it is. Found it. Okay, perfect. Let's get these in here. It says 12 full color trading cards. Wow. So one pack is 12 potentially gradable cards. No wonder that set has done so well for so long. We've been selling Impel for years, and it always sells. All right. There we go. Did you buy any of the crazy auctions that ended on Golden? I bought like one card on eBay today for like $150. There we are. Grabbing that. I have a binder of Impel. Good stuff. They're good looking. Yeah. That's one whole box of Storm Emeralda for our friend Kyle Burns. Why, thank you, Kyle. Here goes. All right, instant golden Ray in here. I can feel it. I can smell it. Does Power World have a TCG? They do now. We're waiting for more to arrive because I received a case of like the print run where there was like a typo on the box, and everyone kind of warned me. Not everyone, but a couple guys warned me not to open them, to just save them. And I was like, all right. Like it's probably in the future, it's probably going to be considered like a special variation. There. I think it'd be really ironic if Power World does well over time. Uncut sheet of Ancient Mew just sold for $174,000. Jesus Christ, man. People got some serious money. Yeah, there was some interesting news. The Gold Star Charizard sold for $296,000, which is a new record price for it. I'm pretty sure it last sold for like $200,000. Also, we saw another Masaki Gengar sell for $200,000 as well. So here's this guy. So this guy's last sold price now is $296,000. I own a card that's like $750,000. It's really crazy to me. It feels very absurd. Like, you acclimate to it pretty fast, but if you could rewind to when I was like a broke guy, I could never imagine this. It's just a piece of cardboard. It's a kid's cardboard game. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's life. It feels good. But at the same time, it also feels like now I got to make sure this card doesn't get lost. All right, here's Wishy Washy. It's Wishy Washy. Here's cold one. It changes the nature of collecting into kind of this thing you gotta like be careful with, you know. Here it is. It's no longer just like a little $50,000 collection. It's like, oh, that's a lot of money. It's like, yeah, let's try. How about this one card's like almost 300,000 now. You know what's weird is I feel like they're gonna definitely go higher. That's the feeling with the gold stars at this point. The gold stars feel like they're heading toward 1 million, especially the desirable ones. I don't know about all of them, but like the Charizard, definitely. The Charizard, the Gyarados, the Umbreon, which I don't own, the Rayquaza, if he's not already 1 million, the Trico, the Mudkip, the Torchic. Ooh, you got this guy. That sucks. The Torchic is already 1 million, isn't it? I don't remember. So yeah, those are all going to get unbelievably expensive. Unbelievably expensive. The Pikachu. Pikachu, definitely. Cold. Oh, another Inkay. Your Wi-Fi owns half of it. Yeah, I know. Isn't that funny? Here it is, Inkay. Yeah. And a cold one. And here's a holo. Tossing this up here. All right. Tossing this away. All right. Here's... Ooh, I love this EX. This Rayquaza EX is so nice. He almost feels like a hit by himself. Oh, man. You got this stinky lantern. Definitely kind of a cold box this time. Sorry, man. A mill for baby chicken. Yeah. I had a chance to buy Torchic for a whopping 60,000. And at the time, I had the cash to do that. I could actually buy him. And I didn't want to because that was way too much money. I was like, I would have $0 left. It would take all my money. And I didn't want to buy him because it's just Torchic. And it's like, I don't know. I'm not a Torchic guy. That's all it came down to. I just didn't want to buy it because I'm not a Torchic guy. Probably one of my biggest mistakes ever. I'm happy enough, though. I'm lucky to have the Charizard. I'm lucky to have the Gyarados. And even the Mudkip, which I'm also not a fan of. But the Mudkip only costs 3,000. That's part of why I bought him. All right, so Growlithe popping in at the end there. He's nice. Will you ever regrade the CGC 10s? I might try. Maybe I'll try to cross them with Tag, actually. That'd be cool. See what Tag has to say on them. But there's no rush because I don't want to like screw them up or anything. All right. Growlithe. Inkay. This guy whose name I can't remember. Is he cast form? No. He's Surskit Masquerade. Wow, I'm good. Okay, got it. If you can remember one of their names, you'll remember the other guy's name too. Okay, Kyle. Let's see. What? We still got these Naruto packs. Wow, these are cool. These are vintage Naruto. They're probably underpriced now. Now that they're making more Naruto. Forgot we had those. There's Kara Nichols. Here's Kayla. Here's Kyle Burns. Thank you, Mr. Kyle. Growlithe is such a cute card. Love that one. Why is the chicken so expensive? It's pretty simple. So the reason why the chicken costs so much is because he is the rarest. Whoa. He is the rarest gold star there is. So of all the gold stars, he is the most rare. There's only like 9 of them or something. And I was so close to owning one, but I didn't want to spend all my cash on it. And that's all I had to do. And I would have been, if I had done that, I would have a single card worth $1 million today. And I would be just doing really well. But this card's $296 in theory. He just sold for $296. I'm a pretty lucky guy the way it is, but man, I should have bought that Torchic, man. Should have bought that Torchic. I would have a pretty insane collection with that Torchic. All right, so let's see what's next. So now we've got, we're gonna hit refresh here. Doobie-doobie-doobie-doo. Mr. Taihua returns. Hey, how's it going, man? 2 of the CB Marvels. I need a new bag. Do you? All right. Yeah. Running real low on these, so please be careful. There's only 2 packs left, everybody. I don't like running out of a product because then I can't keep selling it. I hope the others arrive quickly. All right. Ready? Here's... Yeah, I think if I could get tag 10s on those cards, that'd be neat. Surveillance Room. AIM Synthoids. Captain America Living Legend. Baron Strucker Hydra Overlord. Captain America's Motorcycle. Virtuous Variant. Ant-Man's Air Force. Bullseye Death Dealer. Swamp. Doctor Doom. Okoye Mighty and Adored. Wasn't this the actress from Walking Dead? The Coming of Galactus. The Defense of the Heart. The Worlds Within. And Soldier. So I don't think this one was very crazy. This pack in particular was not super valuable. All right. So leaving this. What other cool things ended tonight, I wonder? Yeah, you know, we're leaving the summertime. We're in August now, and in general, the Pokemon hobby kind of heats up as you head into the winter, and then into tax season too. Usually after tax season, which is April, usually the hobby kind of falls off a little bit, slows down. We didn't experience that too much this year, but it's been kind of a bull run year. You have to wonder where it ends, probably with the release of the new game. Asgardian Citadel, Human Torch, Johnny Storm, Yellow Jacket, Heroic Teamwork, Swarm, Being of Bees, Alex Wilder, Runaway, Human Torch, Johnny Sins. Put this over here. Here's Island, The Superhero Civil War, Killmonger, Ruthless Usurper, Black Widow, Hot Girl, Reconnaissance Mission, and Fing Fang Foom. All right, we got a Fing Fang Foom. All right, there you have it, Mr. Tai Hua. Grabbing that. Fing Fang Foom. It's 57 degrees here in Seattle area. Ooh, that's kind of cold already. In Missouri, it's more like 80. It's kind of comfortably warm. A little bit muggy. There we go. Yeah, August starts to cool down. The water starts to get cold. The lake starts to reach a temperature where it's like not worth swimming in anymore. Which I didn't swim in the lake even one time this year. You know why? Our lake water on this particular house, it's like all yucky, dude. There's like a film of dirt on the top of the water. It's like twigs, branches, dead like bugs and all this other nasty crap. And I think it's because of the way the current runs. I think the current hits our lake wall and just slaps against it. Instead of carrying stuff away, it all gets trapped against our lake wall where we particularly live. The previous lake house was nicer, cleaner water because all the water kept moving. So the water would drain to the side and all the debris and dead bugs would get carried away basically. But I think the water and the debris gets trapped against our lake wall where we now live. And so it's just not as nice to actually swim in. All right. So I don't like to swim in it unless I have an outdoor shower, which I don't. Now, you didn't have a bag, huh? Let's just double check that because I want to make sure you didn't. All right, you didn't. All right, let's grab you a bag. Here we are. It's still 3 digits where I live. Yeah. We went to Las Vegas at the very hottest point of its season, and they were having some kind of heat dome, I guess. And it was like 115 degrees every day. And honestly, we still went outside. It was all right. It was pretty hot. Like you felt it. It was like oppressively hot. And so you didn't want to spend a lot of time outside walking, but it was interesting because it was so dry. It didn't work the same way humid heat works. Humid heat, you feel like you're going to die in the humid heat really fast. But it was a dry heat, so it just works really differently, I guess. It's like your sweat truly cools you down by a few degrees or however it works. All right, we have an order from Mr. Haunted. I'll take 5 of the OP10s. We are selling a ton of the OP10s right now. They are selling through. Might be time to look into them. So that's the end of the OP10 Japanese box. I don't know if we have more of that. We'll have to see. Yeah, these are selling. You have to take a shower or else you get extra cheese. Man, I don't know what you mean by that, but that sounds gross. There you go. My puppy likes to sleep by me all the time. So it's extra hot. All right, here's... Ooh, you got this guy. Got a full art. Very nice. We got a holo. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. And one more holo. The red hair guy. Wow, red hair guy. Cool, man. All right, let's grab your bag. Here it is. Boop. Very good. We have an order from Roki Hyun. 3 live, 1 sub list for the gym battle on the Zard. So, the Charizard, huh? Where is he? Here's the current bag. I think you won the previous round. So you won the previous round that just went off. So now he's sending in for another spot. Here goes. Is that 1/2? 30. This is really far along. It's at 27 out of 36, everyone. 27 out of 36. Boom. People got some spots in there, so somebody's going to be, well, mostly everyone's going to be disappointed. If you think about the way it works, only one person pulls Charizard. But man, there are only 9 spots left, and really it's 8.5 spots now because he just bought a gym break. Speaking of which, here's some cool vintage Narutos you may be interested in trying. Here's the Jumbo Pack Break. Don't forget about that, guys. Here's 41 and 4. Jumbo Pack Break, a lot of fun. Maybe I should pop another free card in there. So he also wants the 3 live customs. Let's give that a try. 3 live. My cats are laying on me as we speak. There's no personal space. We got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Here's Spupa. Simipour. Oh, just brutal. Oh, man, you are not getting lucky in the live customs. There you go. I'm so sorry, man. Let's give him a free spot on the giveaway. All right, where's the giveaway? Here we are. For the Umbreon. We're going to put you in here, okay? I'll give you another spot in the second chance break as well. Dang, dude. You feeling it? You feeling the burn? It is. All right, second chance it is. Okay. Who's next? We have an order from sharing your channel insights may increase your earnings. What? Get noticed to help boost your channel. Is this directly from, oh, it's for the TheCardconomist, though. Oh, weird. I'm going to throw that away. Also, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Are you guys ready to change music so there's no more, what's the name of this game again? Terra something? Terraria? I was going to say Terastal Festival, but that's a Pokemon set. Terraria. We've been listening to Terraria music for like a week. Lol, just buy spots in the Jungle Break, Muso. Lots of potential there. There is lots of potential there. We are. All right. Look at that Elekid for only 350. That's so affordable now. So cheap. I remember you could buy this Elekid as a 10 for like 150. Now you got to buy the 9 for 350. Times have changed. Make that readable. This Tyranitar, huh? Maybe I just keep this card. I'm far away from luck. Live customs for sure. I hope your next buy is a hit. TCC's fault. Hey! All right, let's see. I'm going to jump over here to purchases, and I want to see, what did I pay for this guy? So, all right. crazy. And what if I wanted to buy one today? Is that a staff? Ooh, that's tempting. This guy's selling a staff Tyranitar pretty cheap. Ooh, I can't be buying any more cards. I'm saving up now. I'm actually saving up to move now. Oh, it sucks. All right. Let me choose a price for it, though. Okay, we've got a price. It doesn't need a fat sticker. Why did I give it a fat sticker? So that is a potential slab away slab. Big fan of these Tyranitars. So you'll see me continue to kind of pump those cards, those Tyranitar cards, because I really like them. I'm a fan. I'm a stan. No more orders on the website. Very nice. Let's check PayPal's. We bought a new TV remote today. Oh, it's like heaven. It works so well. The previous one, you would have to like push the buttons in so hard or else it wouldn't work. And I think I was getting like arthritis from pushing the buttons so hard on my remote. And you get a new one, and it just works perfectly fine. And you're like, what the hell? The other one was so bad. And I didn't even, like, you couldn't tell how truly bad it was. It was very bad. If I order a bag sort, how long will it take? And what it does? Mr. Though, didn't you have a tag team 3 birds on PSA 10? No, that one was raw. That one wasn't graded. Those 3 lives could have been 3 impels. Now, don't say that. Don't torture him. The 3 lives also could have been a big hit. Let's see. Let's see if the 4th card was it. No. Maybe the 5th card? Oh, Marnie 10. So he was that close. There you go. All right. So Live Customs, they're legit. They got their own stuff. Just what you want, you know? Let's get this order from Mr. Elijah Martinez. All right, we've got... He says, Charizard Gym Break, please. Oh. Mr. Elijah, do you need a Gym Break card, Mr. Elijah? So Mr. Ricky Hune will go here. Elijah, let's see. Eddie Berto. Boop, 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 boop. Tevi. Ah, oh, wow. You've got a 3 and 3. And Roki Hune's got like an 11 and a 10. Good luck, you two. One person gets a spot in the Charizard. I have one. You do have one. All right, good luck. Do you happen to try to sell that raw sealed 3 birds? I wasn't really planning on selling it. I was probably going to grade it first. It's kind of how we do it. Kind of grade things first. Here we are. Come on now. All right, good luck, you guys. Jolteon, that's not bad. It's not too strong either. Oh, and Mewtwo definitely beats Jolteon. Round 1, Elijah. Round 2. Okay, Serena's really strong. She's way up there. She's hard to beat. Poliwag definitely loses to Serena. So you guys are now tied. Round 3. Okay, not bad. Togekiss is in the middle. Oh, but it loses to Meloetta. All right, that's going to be Elijah Martinez taking the round. Okay. Put this away. Now, let's go ahead and write this down here. So you're all tied up again. Look at your scorecard. It's like tied. And Elijah, you pull ahead by 1 on your scorecard. So now this shall say Elijah. Do you ever think that type of invasion will happen at the Texas border? Are you talking about what happened in Ceuta, Spain? Probably, I don't think. I mean, maybe it kind of already did to a certain degree. I remember during the Biden administration, there was like this gigantic horde of people. There was like a migrant caravan, and there was like people from Haiti. It was all over, people from all over. And they were just kind of busting in because, you know, Biden and the Democrats were like, this is good. This is what we're about. And so, yeah, that kind of already happened once. I don't think it was like the same level of aggression, though. I think they just kind of came in and nobody really stopped them. They're just like, all right. What's interesting about Suetas is it seems a little more aggressive almost. There we go. All right, this shall be 28. Good. So now we're up to 28 out of 36, guys. Wow. We're 8 spots away. We're truly close to the end of this Charizard break. Expect to see that go off real soon, guys. How much is the chase for the Pokeshuffles? The top pull in the Pokeshuffle is always $100. In the live customs, the top pull is $400. The other shuffles, the top pull is $100, and the Waifu top pull is $400. Sound good? All right. So there's always at least one thing in the Pokeshuffles that's 100 because, for example, there's the 4 live customs card. That card is always worth 100. So it looks like we're all caught up on orders. We have an open queue if you guys would like to place any more orders. We just added the Tyranitar to the table. Isn't that nice? And then I ought to list something on eBay. What do you think I should list on eBay? Maybe this guy. I kind of feel like he's not going to sell naturally. Do you think anyone here would buy this? The Dawn card? I think I already took pictures of it too, actually. So I should just be able to finish the listing now. Let's see if it works. So let me close eBay and open it back up. And we're going to choose list item. And we're going to say PSA 10. Dawn card. Gold. Oops, not good. Gold. Lukey. Oops. So I've got PSA 10 Dawn card gold Lukey. And this is going to say 2024 One Piece PRB 1. Oops. PRB 1. This music's kind of getting too repetitive. All right, and there's no number associated with it. So, but it does say Japanese, so I'm going to say Japanese. All right, now let's search. It's asking, what is it? I'm going to call it Toys and Hobbies. Okay, we're going to say continue without a match. Is the card graded? Yes, it is. PSA, graded 10. All right, it looks like it's working this time. So weird. Their app wasn't working last time. Now I have to find the card. Where did I take these pictures? Ah, here it is. So say 1, 2, 3. Enter. And what price are we going to sell this at? We're going to sell it at Item Specifics Games. It's One Piece. So weird that it doesn't know that from the title. Oh, did I? Yeah, no, I typed One Piece. So weird. It just doesn't know that from the title. So strange. Okay, we'll say done on that. And pricing shall be... So we have our price at $240. We'll say $250 for eBay. And then let's go ahead and hit list your item. Cool. I don't even fan of Marvel, but I really like the cards with cartoon illustrations. Oh, you're talking about from the... you're talking about the collector booster from Magic the Gathering. Is that right? Cool. So that's listed now. Ta-da! Progress, guys. Great job, me. Say E. All right. Well, let's take a look at the queue. I think I saw an order come in. Sent to ZELLE. Marvel is a sleeper, says Alex. Sure. I wonder if there's any super vintage Marvel cards I could acquire and host breaks on. 20 Pokeshuffles for Ryan Trejo. Damn, bro. All right, good luck in there. Oh, that's scary, man. All right. So you're hoping to recoup about $100 from this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You get 2 bonus cards. 1, 2. Because every time you buy 10 of these, you get a bonus card. Actually, that works for all the shuffles. Like, even the live customs, if you buy 10, you get 1 for free. Most people don't buy 10 of those. All right, let's see what he pulls, everybody. Now, all these cards are what you just bought here. You can donate them back if you don't want them. They're just bulk cards, but you did buy these for $5 a piece. Here's Tumbleweed. I love this Pokemon. It's pretty cool. Wheezing. So far, so bad. I don't see any hits yet. I like it better when the hits are right in the front. Vileplume. Sometimes it's a sign you're leading up to something expensive too, though. Lurantis. Daramaka. Oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. Mega Heracross 10, huh? Ooh, you might have just found a dry round in the box, though. Because I don't think the Heracross is a $100 card. Oopsie. Come on. Ooh, that's tough. I don't know if the Mega Heracross is a $100 card. I think it's like a $35 card. All right, let's go looking for it. That's not good. Let's see. How does that happen? Because where you started, it was already like at a cold point, and then you had to get past the cold point to get to the Heracross. Let's see. So that looks like it could be a tough round then. Oh, Heracross. This, well, he's not too cheap either, so he's about $60. So it could be worse. There it is. Yeah, it's kind of like you cleared some cold ones and then you got to the Heracross. He ends up being about $60 in value. He's an English 10, and he's an SR. That's his rarity level. The 2 little stars down there. Now, the question is, do you re-roll it for $50, which is a pretty big risk, or do you hold on to it and you accept a $40 loss? Re-roll? Is that what you really want? So it re-rolls for $50, okay? Are you good with that? How much for my shipping? I have 2 boxes. Star Wars and My Little Pony, plus slabs and bags. So because you have a booster box situation, you'll need to send $15 in to ship the booster boxes, and then it'll be just $9 like regular for the rest. Those booster boxes will be shipped separately, and that's a good thing because we don't really want them like struggling to be added with your bags. Or I suppose we could probably just ship a much bigger, heavier box. I don't know. I don't know if I like that design. It's sort of like 2 odd-shaped items being shoved together, but maybe I probably could ask Alexis to try and make that work. She would have to have a box just right for that. Star Wars and My Little Pony. Yeah, I'm just thinking about it for a second. It might be something that we could get all into one box. If we can get it all into one box, it would just be $15. But at the risk of what? Like damaging your cards, maybe. It would be smarter to separate them. I don't know. I don't really have a strict rule for it. All right, he says, yes, thank you for this. All right, here goes. Good luck, my man. So this will go back into the box for $60. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I kind of like Hello Kitty. Yeah, we have whole boxes of Hello Kitty product, too. There you go. Now, your re-roll will be for $50. That means you'll get 10 cards. Good luck. So you have about half as many cards as when you started. Now, this could still get lucky and go like above 100. It's just the odds are much lower. You have to get pretty lucky here. The odds of pulling more like a $50 card is there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good luck in there. Okay, Yamask. Rocket walkie-talkie, thermal nuclear device, Umbreon 8. Oh, that could be a bad thing. Let's see. Because are you going to pull another thing after that? You could, if it got shuffled enough. Ooh, that's rough, man. So it's going to be Umbreon P8. When I said shuffled enough, I meant every time we shuffle the box up, if you think about it, things get jumbled up in there. So you kind of hope that 2 hits get jumbled together. All right, let's see. Dang, dude. That was an unlucky reroll. Let's see. Okay, so we've got a $20 Umbreon. He can be re-rolled for $15. Or you can keep him and be like, ouch. Here it is. Stamped Umbreon from China. That's tough, man. There was a video of a guy confessing to his dad that he watches My Little Pony, and the dad said he'd rather him be gay. What? He says, lol, I'll take the reroll. Okay, this card will go down to 15. All right, now you really got going on a Hail Mary, because just 3 cards in the box is pretty easy to pull just 3 cold ones. Good luck in there, man. 1, 2, 3. All right. Set that there. See how it works? So it works kind of perfectly. Cards go in for exactly their value. All right, good luck, man. 1, 2, 3 to the back. 1, 2, 3. Ah, man. I knew it was coming. All right. Once you get down to that number like 3, the odds get pretty rough because there's not a lot of cards that cost only $15 in the box. So you're really relying on pure luck, like landing exactly where there's a hit. How did you feel about that, Ryan? Was it fun at least? It's kind of fun. Let me go ahead and put you in the second chance break, and I'm going to get you a spot in the giveaway too, okay? Do you know what the second chance break is? The second chance break, it's not the second chance break, is it? It's the second chance bounty. So on some YouTube channel or some Rip and Ship channels, the way it works, if you hit a big card, you get an additional card, and it's called a bounty. We have bounties too, but we give them out to people who had a rough round. So you're getting one. Looks like it's been Roki Hyun for a while. You're joining him. Look at this. Is Roki Hyun here? You got a friend in there. All right, so you've got a spot in the second chance. What really happens at the end of the month, we pull a $100 slab, and one of you guys will pull it. Now, if not a lot of people have bad luck, your odds go up because you'll be in there alone with just you and Roki Hyun. But if a lot of people have bad luck, your odds will get pretty rough. Oh, I was also going to add you to this free slab. Here we are. Here you go, Ryan. There we go. Sorry, man. TCC's fault, man. Wigged. Yes, way better than slots. It's better than slots. I don't know what that means. But that was rough, man. It's cool sometimes when you re-roll and it actually goes up in value. But in your case, it went down in value like 3 times. So maybe the box is hotter. I don't know exactly how it works. For Marvel Impel series. Okay, you got it. So he's going to open up these really nice Marvel cards. Roki Hyun will. 1, 2, 3, 4. There they are. All right. And let's start a snipping. All right. Snipping 1. Snipping 2. Snipping 3. And snipping 4. All right. Good. Ready? Peel these like this. Actually, we don't need to peel them all at once. Let's just do them one at a time. All right. All right, so we've got the Hulk. He's so incredible. Cloak and Dagger. Black Cat. Storm. Whoa, she's cool. Here's X-Men in the Savage Land. Look at this guy's shoulder pads. Long Shot. X-Men, the first. Don't miss this fabulous first issue. What? The strangest superheroes of all. Ghost Rider. Red Skull. Whoa, that's some strong symbolism there. Here's Fall of the Mutants. And Spider-Man presents Punisher. And then finally, Lockheed. All right, there you go. Cool, man. I never got the Discord ping today. Huh, weird. Did I not ping the Discord? I feel like I did. Okay, we'll put this here. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream, by the way. Sunday night stream, always good. Sunday is not a very busy night compared to some days, but we go live anyways, just for your entertainment. So show some love if you want. If you don't buy anything, at least hit the like button. It helps a lot. I think it helps a lot. I don't know, actually. You guys think the like button matters? Here's Moon Knight. Dagger. Zam. Okay, here's Spider-Man Magneto. Hulk. Here's Loki. We've got Spider-Man versus Kraven. X-Men versus Fantastic Four. Deathlock. This card is always awesome. Look how cool this is. Avengers. The Punisher. Wow, that was very similar to another pack we opened. Here it is. By the way, one of the best cards you can pull out of here is the Thanos card. There you go. All right. But there's these really fancy hollows, and I guess they're kind of hard to pull too. All right, we've got another Wolverine. So there's two different Wolverines. Wow. Okay, that Moon Knight is my chase. Okay, I'm picking up an extra shift, so I got to go to sleep. Have a nice night. Here's Submariner. Spider-Man presents Spider-Mans. Thor versus Loki. And look, there's Odin in the back, too. How cool is that? Okay, here's She-Hulk. She's a lawyer. Dazzler. Captain Britain! Oi, bruv. Give me them trainers expeditiously. Wasp. Hulk versus Wolverine. Wolverine again, but he looks like a zombie. Wolverine versus Sabretooth. And Magneto. Whoa. Careful, he can, like, move metal and stuff. Captain Britain. There you go. Very good. What's Captain Britain gonna do? Tell me to stop running fast? Is he gonna like write me down on a little notepad and tell me I've been bad? There we go. I'm just being funny. Here's Wolverine. Your real name is Logan. Is that your first name or your last name? Yep. Okay, Hulk versus Wolverine. Leader. Uh-oh. I think that guy's got a lot of thinking. Here's Sabretooth. Ooh, look at that Spider-Man. Super awesome. Bullseye. Here's Silver Surfer and Mephisto. Green Goblin. Fantastic Four. High Evolutionary. Another Spider-Man. And Nick Fury versus Hydra. Nice. Some great cards. It's Tuesday, isn't it? Almost. It's Monday, and I owe Mike's Side some money. I got to get some money together for Mr. Mike's Side. So we got to make some sales, baby. All right. Let's grab your... Oh, your box is full. You've got a full box. And then what do you have over here? You got a bag. You got a second bag. You got some bags over here. If you ever want to, you can trade this yellow bulk in, okay? So if you ever want to trade that in for spots in the trade break, let me know. Those are awesome. That's true for all of you guys, too. Do you guys know the trade card? So this is the trade break, and you could buy into it for $5. It's a $5 break. But here's what's fun about this one. You can trade the garbage out of your bag to get spots in here. So that's part of the fun. We've been doing that for a while. The trade break. Sometimes people get pretty excited for the trade break. Sometimes they don't. Here's an Eric B. Colburn order. Oh, now wait a second. Before we do your order, didn't we get a big order? Right, Ryan Trejo ordered with Bank of America, so that means he's supposed to get this free spot because he ordered $100 earlier. Sorry about that, forgot about that. So Ryan Trejo, you need to go in here. When you order with ZELLE, you get a free spot in the ZELLE giveaway. So you might get something anyways if you get pulled out of here. Look at that. Cute. Actually, how interesting would it have been if you kept the Mega Heracross and then you pulled this guy too? You'd be a Mega Heracross guy. All right. Can I order for bag sort when we don't have orders? Yeah, absolutely. So bag sorts are $3 per bag. So you will probably need a couple bags worth. I'd probably order about, I'd say you have about 8 bags in total. That's quite a bit. So that would be 8 times 3. It'd be about $24. But you don't have to sort all your bags. You could just sort a couple if you want. All right. So let me back away from that. That's done. Eric B. Colburn, shipping for my slabs, bags, boxes. Keep Smeek and Smog's bag. Sealed Simpsons wax pack and one of the Star Wars Galaxy pack. All right, talk to me here, Mr. Eric. So you want to ship all your stuff, but when you say keep the Smeek and Smogs, are you saying his bag needs to stay over here? Is that what you're saying? He wants to keep his stuff over here. Sealed Simpson wax pack and one Star Wars Galaxy pack. Are you saying you'd like one sealed Simpson and one sealed Star Wars? I don't want to hang others' order and cost your time. Mister, what's that Animal Crossing pack you ripped last night? Oh, here they are. I think they're like $14 a piece. I'm wondering if Mr. Eric is here. He sent me $24. I think that's $15 and $9. I will pay for his shipping separately. Oh, okay, cool. So let's get this done. You've got quite a lot, so it's a good idea to split this into 2 bags anyways. Smeek and Smog. We are Eric Colburn. Make sure we get all of Eric Colburn's stuff, because you have quite a bit. So there's the Smeek and Smog, or Smeek and Snog, whatever it is. Let's get this out of the way. Eric Colburn. Here's a Francisco Romano, and he has an expired bag. Eric Colburn. So that's quite a lot of stuff for you. Yeah, this is definitely kind of like a two box shipment anyways. All right, now just looking this over. Eddie Berto, Eric Rodriguez, Emmanuel. Making sure you didn't have any bags that like slipped over here or anything like that. Okay. Anthony Paniagua, Sarah Dusenberry, Kendall Pelor, Sarah, PokeBruhs, Sarah, NHCC, Rookie Hune. Oh, Rookie Hune, you got 3 bags over here. You're a busy bee. That guy's got a lot, man. Holy, man. Rookie Hune, you're a busy bee. You open a lot of product, huh? It's interesting. All right, so let's start working on your shipping. Eric, you haven't moved anywhere, have you? You're in the same spot, I assume? Jump over here. We're going to grab package. I have Eric Colburn right here. It's also a good way to see what you have. What bag sort exactly do? So basically, we take your bags and we sort of like put all the junk into one pile. We put all the hits into a separate pile. And then we put the stuff that's kind of in between being a hit and being junk, and we put it into a third pile. So you can really see what you have and have it all be organized. All right, we're going to print this. 1 and 2. Mister, I don't even know what I pulled anymore at this point. That definitely happens. That definitely happens. When people go really deep, they don't know what exactly their hits are anymore. That's why we offer the bag sorts, is specifically to help people with that. So, and that's why it costs a little bit of money, so that you don't have to feel guilty. Like, let's say it's the middle of the stream and you want to have all your stuff sorted. Well, you don't have to feel guilty about taking up time, because you paid for that time. You know, even if it's just a little bit of money, you paid a little bit, you know. All right, so Eric Colburn will say 2 booster boxes. All right. That'll be a warning to Miss Alexis. Now we want to try and take all your stuff down in one move. Let's see. I don't think that could work with this. Could that work with this? I don't think it would. Might need a bigger box. How about this one? I keep these boxes around. Oh yeah, the bigger box was a good idea. Okay. Now this says Fuller Barbell. This one's not yours. This is some other guy's bag. Some guy who's actually supposed to be in the F box. Remember we moved you to the F box? All right, one more baggie here. All right. Lex is going to have a lot of fun with this one, huh? Okay, good. So we got all that in there. We just need the labels now. Wow. She's got some good shipping to do now. She's got a lot of work after this one night. I'll set it here in the chair. I think I should cancel and reprint the Justin Kim label too, because that guy ended up going much deeper and he pulled like 12 slabs. I feel like we didn't make a heavy enough label for him. Okay, so once again, Eric, you got this one bag left over, the Smeek and Smog bag. Okay, I'll keep it over here in that F box since those boxes are almost empty. Okay. Hope everyone is well. Starting the week with a little cardboard therapy. Hit the like and check out the breaks. Yeah, cardboard therapy for sure, man. You know, you could be having a crappy day for any number of reasons. You could be like, something wrong with the family, something wrong at work, something wrong health-wise. Maybe you're fighting with your girlfriend, any of those things. And it's like, if you sit down and open packs or just sort your cards or just look at what you have, and you do that for an hour or two, it can kind of distract you and make you feel less worse about life, because life's definitely got enough negative things in it to make you feel bad. Here's Charmander. Look at that. He's only $400. Here's Iona's Wattrell. And here's Ghost's Right Hand. Ooh. Let's see. What's next? Here's an Eric B. Colburn order. He says he wants 24, 25 Star Wars tops, 2 Animal Crossing sealed, 1 to keep with you as well. Whoa, that's confusing. So you want 2 of these Animal Crossings, is that right? And you want 1 of these kept over here in a separate bag for you or a separate bag for Smeek and Smog? Okay. Your wish is my command. Okay, Eric B. Colburn, 826. Now, this one's here. 25 and 24 Star Wars tops. Let's see if I can work that out. So you must be referring to 2024 and 2025. And I believe that's correct. We did have both of those, didn't we? Let me just make sure we still have them. That's Star Wars. I'm sorry, that's Lord of the Rings. What I meant to say is that's not Star Wars. Brit. Should be 3 of those. 2 sealed to be shipped, 1 to be graded under my name. Ah, okay. Got it. Okay, like that. We'll figure it all out. Here's 2025. Here's 2024. Those are a little bit pricey, but they're worth it because every card inside it's pretty gradable. All right. So shall I put these like this? Boop. And then it sounds like you want a grade on this, since we're doing a submission with booster packs. Okay. That's how we do it. We do a hard sleeve in the front, just to give it some stability, right? Okay. Good. a bunch of ZELLEs for keeping to grading packs and shipping. Let me read the second ZELLE, so we'll figure it all out. Eric Colburn and Gigi Suave for shipping as well. Okay, that was $83. Then 150 says 1 sealed and 1 ripped SpongeBob Tops. Let's get that SpongeBob Tops. So here's my next question. When you said shipping for Gigi Suave, what did that mean? So this one will be in here. There we go. And this one's going to get open. 1 ripped SpongeBob Tops. Okay. Snipping that. And we have I'm Dirty Dan. No, I'm Dirty Dan. I hit the ZELLE button twice too, I think. Uh-oh. People order our patties. Poop. I love these early episode cards. Here's Nocturna. Songs. All right, we got Mr. Krabs and Pop the Bubble. There we are. All right. That's another early episode. SpongeBob SquarePants. Classic, man. Okay. I'll going to seek that for the Cyclops for you. Moon Knight, very cool card. All right. Oh, what? No, I'm Dirty Dan. No, I'm Dirty Dan. There we go. Pop this in here. Now, I assume you'll want this added to your outgoing shipment. Eric says, SpongeBob and Animal Crossing pack grading. Okay. Doobie-doobie-doo. Now, all the Animal Crossing packs are about the same, but let me make sure we try and pick a nice looking SpongeBob. I like this one. Taking that one back. Okay. If we're going to grade it, might as well look it over. Yeah, the Animal Crossings all look pretty neat. But the SpongeBobs are a little different from each other. Okay. Can I swap my Homer grading for the Dirty Dan? Homer grading for Dirty Dan. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I could probably do that for you. All right. Putting this in here. Mr. Eric's going deep tonight, guys. He's ordering some services. Okay. Now we just got to get this done before they shut it down, right? There we go. There was a couple people waiting for BGS grading, and we're not going to be able to do that now, unfortunately, because BGS shut down. So hopefully the booster pack grading doesn't shut down next. But there's always a risk of that, but I don't know if that'll happen. I'm Dirty Dan. Good. And that shall go back there. And then Homer Simpson shall come home to you. Cyclops plays hard to get with me in Impel Marvel 1. There we go. So you also mentioned the booster pack grading for the Animal Crossing. Did we get that already? Yeah, we already did that one. Good. We're doing around a booster pack grading if you guys want to jump in for that. I don't think PSA has shut that down yet, so. Payout incoming. Your eBay listing has sold. Damn, dude. Crystal Guardians, Wigglytuff, getting a big payout of 3.2 thousand. Crazy. That's a lot of money. Can't wait for that to hit my account. Okay. So, I will go place this with the rest of your cards, and then you need like 2 free spots or whatever on the giveaway slab. I'll get you 2 of them. Doody 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 doody. Bruh. Sitting down. Where's my free slab? Here it is. Ha. Okay. 5 and 6 are yours. Please keep the 2 Simpsons wax packs too. Keep the Simpsons wax packs. Are you telling me they need to stay here? Ooh, you should have told me that earlier. I'll go hunt them down. It's going to take a minute. Because it's hard to tell which ones are sealed. Alright, let's see. Okay, no, it's not so bad. Alright, I found them. That wasn't very hard. So you're thinking of keeping these over here. They are. Now this is all I have of yours. Was I supposed to keep that other little baggie over here? Oh no, not the yawns. Gotta look out for those yawns, man. I thought I did my B. I thought I did my B. What does B mean? There we go. Was I supposed to keep that little bag here, or did you want that shipped out with your other stuff? Now, Roki Yoon says bag sort and some pre-grading on whatever you think it's good on Pokemon cards. Rest all yours for service. Thank you, mister. I'm lucky to discover your hosting for sure. All right, let's see about this sort. I want to keep one Star Wars Galaxy as well with you. All right, why don't I just grab that little baggie and bring it back real fast? So this is the little baggie. It's got a couple items in it. Okay. It's got all these. And what I can do is we can just keep this one over here for you for now. And you can still make decisions on it. All right, set that there. So you got plenty, Mr. Roki Hyun. You got a lot. You got stuff on the table, and you got your own box. So this is just a whole bag of the yellow bulk cards that you got from opening up that box with me. Remember that? Here's some more. Lots of yellow bulk cards. Okay. And over here, we've got holographics, some hits, some holographics. All right. So see, this is just like holographics from One Piece OP15. It's kind of like bulk, right? So you could call this, all this stuff right here is like bulk. It's not super expensive. You can find it online kind of cheap. All right, and then we got like hollows. Put the hollows in the hollow pile. All right. Ooh, those are really expensive. I don't know what this is. What is this from? Was this just to make sure your bag wasn't too thin? So I think this was just bulk we gave you to make sure your bag wasn't too thin when we first started it. We can get rid of this now. You can do the back sort when you feel free to do it. Well, we're doing it now, baby. All right, so we like this one. We like this one. I probably wouldn't grade this guy or these two guys. Azuro's very cute. Here's your Trafalgar Law, Nami. I don't know much about cards like this, but these are SRs, right? SRs. look, more of this bulk. Let me get this out of the way. All right, these are pretty valuable, actually. That's like true Watsy era stuff. Pretty valuable. The Pikachus and the Melodic, really nice. We know these aren't going to grade 10 just because I eyeballed them. They're not doing so well. All these hollows are pretty nice. You're going to want to go through these and pre-grade them to see if any can grade 10. So this is good stuff right here. These hollows are great. Here. That's really good. We got these SRs. I like this guy. Here's a little wedding Nami. You made it sound like she was pretty nice too. All right. So right off the bat, you got all this junk. Then you got these, they're kind of nicer. And then here are some gradable cards. These are all like cards you could test. You could grade these. And this is kind of like a pile of hits, right? These are definitely hits. I think this is so nice is probably a hit. And then there's a Trafalgar full art. I think the Rayquaza is pretty nice too. I could see him being like $100 per 10 one day. Now you have a double box up here. So the first thing I would like to do, you have a double box. I'm going to call this a hit bag. What is this music, man? So you have a little hits bag now. These aren't quite like super expensive, valuable hits, but they're valuable. Like if you can pick some 10s out of here, they're sort of like, they're decent, you know? And then what I like to do with these cards, I call them like B tier, you know? They're not my biggest cards, but they're not worthless. They're not worth giving up. Some of them are worth checking out and grading them. So there we go. This is kind of how this all starts. Okay, now, I'm going to take these 2 bags of the yellow bulk and just move them to the side for now. We know what they are. Those aren't confusing at all. We know exactly what those are. Now, we got this bag here. I was thinking all the Impel Marvel could go into one bag. Look, see, like here's more of that holographic bulk from the One Piece. You're going to have an awful lot of that. It's going to turn out. That product stacks up fast. So here's some hollows. It's kind of a yellow border hollow, a little more valuable. Barrett. These are, they look like they're older. Ghastly. Staryu. This is some more of that yellow bulk. Cool. So we can get some of this together. How much of this do you have? Looks like you have some here. So let's get all that together. We'll put that into that other box. The other bag, I mean. Check this out. So see, we got all this. Let's put these in here like this. Get that together. You can take the bulk. Use it for your community if you can. I'll set it here. I'll trade it from you if you wish. So I'll give you 2 spots in the trade break. There it is. All right. Now, these Marvel cards, if you recall, many of these are gradable, but the thing is, you gotta test them to see if they're gradable. So we can't do that tonight, and we do pre-grading for $3 per card. But you probably need to re-look at what's in these if you got any that you really like Spider-Man or something. But you got plenty of this, you really do. You got plenty of this Marvel. Intel Marvel's good. All right. And now let's go ahead and get back to separating the B tier stuff from the hits bag. B tier and hits bag. So like this will be B tier. We need to know if it can grade 10. Much of this won't grade 10. Some of it will. Like, look at that. That's kind of nice. The Dragonite's really nice, but again, he's not truly a hit. This is just a GX card. This is real nice. I like that. Kyogre is real nice. He's just a quality card. I don't know what that's doing. This is sort of like a packet of hollows. I know what this is. It's just like GXs and hollows mixed together, most likely. Masquerade, Enamorous, Pincurchin. She's okay. I'm going to put the GXs with the hollows, actually. I think that's how we're going to treat them. That's how they deserve to be treated. How'd you get this in a sleeve? This is kind of nice. This Nami's nice. I'm going to put him here. Some SRs. Here's a Wedding Nami. I'm going to put that in the hits pile. All right, cool. So now this bag gets a little thicker. Again, these are technically hits, but they're not like crazy good hits. You know what I mean? They're not like the kind that you're going to grade first. They might be cards you grade second after you run out of your best cards to grade. You got a big bag here. Lots of hollows popping out. Lots of hollows popping out here. We're just going to peel them off. Those are those one-piece common hollows. Not much to do with those because they're not super valuable. Usually you don't grade those. Okay. All right, so let's see. Nice. Here's an SR, SR, SR. This guy's nice. Here's the Nami. Probably consider that. Some vintage. This is from 2014, huh? Yeah, he'll be put in there. We'll go like this, actually. Voltorb's definitely going to go into the hits pile. He's a first edition, too. Gumi. Dragonite. He's kind of nice looking. I'll put him here for now. Okay, Sabrina's Drowsy. Ooh, that's some pricey stuff, man. Real pricey. Here's some more of that yellow bulk. That's pricey. Looks like you already graded this one. I'll set it over here anyway so we can keep track of it. Gyarados from an older set. Okay, these are quite valuable. Putting them here. It's just a simple GX. Doesn't really even deserve to go in there. There's a Psyduck first edition. Dark Dugtrio first edition. Nice. Why do we put this guy in? He doesn't need his own. He doesn't need his own holder. These are all really nice. These Topps cards. So you need to test these to know if any of those can grade 10. They're good. They're valuable. Boa. Utah. Here's a golden Dawn card. Nami. Golden. There you go. There's a hit for the Dawn card. Misty's Magikarp. Now, the next trip, obviously, is to get a lot of these graded, but you don't have to have me do it. You can have me send it home to you, and then you can grade them at home if you wish. I don't think you're going to grade that Delmise right away. Armorage. I don't think so. Mega Chandelure. Toucannon. We are. Crushing Hammer. That shouldn't even be considered a hit. That should go in the bulk pile. Lots of GXs. Honestly, I think GXs should go in the bulk pile, but yeah, some of them at least. Some of those are just, they're pretty much bulk. They don't deserve to go in the B bag. There's so many of them, you know. So much Pokemon product getting opened. And then there are some GXs you just will never ever grade. All right, this is all high quality good stuff right here, see? That's a lot of money in those bags. Yeah, it's definitely for the vintage stuff. If you think about it, you're buying spots in those vintage breaks. That was pricey. All right. Over here, we've got some SRs. SRs. Sabo. SRs. Here's a hollow Enel, I think. Is that Enel? Here's a Luigi. He's pretty easy to grade 10. I'll put him here. That's a really good one. It's kind of a nice Nami. I think she's just a hollow, though. She's not even an SR in this case. Ooh, there's another Luffy. You got another Luffy. So we got to hurry with this. It's already starting to take up some time, isn't it? Just because you had so much. You had a lot of stuff, man. And this is some older yellow border stuff. You don't want to give that up too fast. Take a look at that later. Here's Audino. Here's Runiclus. Nice. Don't go anywhere, Runiclus. Oh, there you go. There's a true hit right there. All right, I liked that. That was nice. Sabo, huh? That's some hollow bulk. Okay. Ooh, that's nice too. I like that one a lot. Luffy with his pals. Okay, Luffy again. This guy again, and this guy again. All right. Probably ready for a second B bag now. didn't draw that very well. It looks like a butt or something. And what do we have here? A whole bag of hollows maybe, huh? So this is a bunch of hollows, and you can trade these away pretty fast if you don't want to. So what you could do with these hollows, you can try selling them one at a time on like eBay. They don't sell for very much. They sell for a couple, like a quarter maybe 2 quarters. And then you have to ship them, you know, you have to print out the labels and all. It's actually a lot of work. Now your other option is to pick through them and try to find a 10 and grade that. So that's kind of what you can do with your junk in this pile. There you go. You can also use it to, you can trade it away and try to get spots in the trade break, or even store credit if you prefer store credit. All right, here's another Nami. We're going to treat the Namis like hits. If you get an SR Nami, we're treating it like a hit. Okay, more bulk. So your bulk pile is getting real big, which is pretty normal. So far, you got 2 B bags and 1 hits bag over here. All right, there we go. Now, I'm just going to do this real fast. Keep it simple. See how it goes? So now you get kind of an idea. We kind of concentrated your stuff down into hits bags, bulk bags. You got this bottom part to your cards, which is still quite a lot of stuff. Holy moly. We're going to run out of room on the table real fast here, but let's take a quick look. So you got a couple more of these Pokemon hollows. You got some Hello Kitty there. These are pretty decent, actually. Here's an SR. Here's an SR. SR. There you go. There's a full art. Golden Dawn. Okay, some SRs. Here's a nice Nami. Here's a better Nami. Another one of these great Luffys. I actually remember when you pulled those 2 Luffys, you pulled them pretty close to each other. Okay, and we were looking at it going, wow, I didn't know that Luffy was in that set. Okay, here's a Kilowattrel. That's kind of nice. Zoroark. Oops. Zoroark's just okay. Charmander's okay. The Charmander's pretty good if it can grade 10. I like the way this Sigilif looks, but he's not a popular Pokemon. All right, that's a vintage Kingler. Here's another poker card. Some of these EXs, I don't know how I feel about them. Just a holo. GX. Lots of holos. A couple more poker cards. I must have been giving those to you. That's bulk. Turtwig is good. Kyogre, I don't know. He's a yellow border, though. Let's keep him over here. Yellow border hollows. Some more bulk. All right, a whole bunch of bulk. All right. A whole bunch more of this B bag stuff. Put this up here for the moment. Get that out of the way. All right, next baggie. I'll only take OP hollows. The rest, Poke Junk, bulk, and hollows. So what we can do for you then is we can offer some kind of trade on those. Ooh, look at that. That's an SR. That's a full art. This is some kind of League of Legends holo. I don't know if that's worth grading. What's that from? EB3? I think it is, yeah. Put this on this side. SRs. So we're getting close to being done with this stuff, guys. It's taking a little while. He had a lot. This is his first time sorting, so he had a lot to go through. Next time, it'll be a little easier. We'll already know. Okay. Here's another full art card. Here's an SR. You guys like seeing this? It's a lot of stuff, actually. All right, there we are. So you said you like your holographics for One Piece. That's good to know. I like that detail. Oops. Tons of One Piece holos here. All the SRs have been extracted already. So this is like, we've already made it a junk bag. Agreed, Turtwig is clean. Where did I even get that Turtwig from? Well, he pulls out a Crown Zenith, so you must have had a Crown Zenith booster pack at one point. This J means junk. We could have also listed it as like C tier or something, the lowest tier. All right, and that's all holos. So let's start putting some more of these holos back in there because we need to fill this bag out completely. Oops. So what we could do, we could start a second box for you and move all the bulk into the second box. Junk, and then just don't touch that box. Because you got plenty. We're going to go over your hits in a second here. You got B tier hits and you got, you know, like S tier, A tier, whatever you want to call it, hits. What is this? So this is bulk too, basically, but yeah, this is all your SRs put together. You don't want to miss out on your SRs. They're really nice. Especially if you hold them and let them get older. I'm sure they're going to be really nice every time. All right, and so you said you're open-minded to a trade on Pokemons. Let's do this real fast. Roki-Hyun friend. Uh-oh. I don't think all that stuff was... Whoever your friend was, I think his stuff and your stuff might have gotten mixed. I'm sorry. I don't know how that's going to work out for you. If you're really determined to give it to him. What you could is look up the clip, see what he pulled from the clip. So there must be a video associated with those pulls. It's all good. My friend is my stuff. Okay, cool. That works out. This is just bulk. This shouldn't even be here. It's got no value. They're non-hollow bulks. So those are Pokemon hollows. And these are Pokemon hollows. This. Oops. And this is just some like Pokemon junk basically, but this is Pokemon hollows. If you like your GXs and all, we could get that into the B bag. A lot of the times, nobody ever grades those GXs or EXs or whatever they are. A lot of times, those just sit. Let's see. A little bit more of that. A little bit more of that. And there we have it. So now we've got it. We got all your stuff sorted. We removed all of the bulk hollows. And we found out what all your decent stuff is. J for junk. This is the one who tried to buy Send It Here booster box for $220 from some Korean host. Was it a fake box? Is that what you guys discovered? All right, so you got all these marbles. These are basically B tier. They're all decent. If any of them can grade 10, you might grade them 10. I'll just try to shove this all into one bag. So here's what you got for like Pokemans. For Pokemans, you got, if you recall, these bags are from the Crimson Invasion. So you got these yellow border Crimson Invasions. Okay, yellow border, bulk hollow. Was there not a second bag of the bulk hollows, or was that it? Roki-Hyun friend. That must have been it. Okay. And so we can set all these to the side and work out a deal on these if you'd like. Let me put them here for now. This is going to save you a lot of room, actually. You might be able to fit all your stuff into one box now after this sort. All right. And now you say you like your bulk hollows, or your bulk one-piece hollows. Let's get them down here like this. You know, I think this last bag might not fit in there. Isn't that a pity? That's exactly how that goes. Let me do a trick for you, okay? So watch this. So we can fit more in there. Not this much. I see the sun coming up, guys. It's 5:46, so this is probably the end of the stream. GG Suave, I'm going to reject that deal if you try to make him that deal on the Turtwig. So what he can do is after the items arrive at his place, then he can make a deal on the Turtwig. But while they're still here, I'm not going to accept the deal, okay? Here it is. In other words, I won't service it. You are. I'll send the Turtwig out to grade for him if he'd like to grade it. But he needs to grade it first if it's in good condition. There you go. Oh, sorry, mister. That's how we do it over here. This is to make sure that people in the audience don't make a lot of generous offer on cards that probably need to be pre-graded and graded. So like, for example, let's say that Turtwig is in really good condition. It can grade PSA 10. And it's like a, I don't know, like a $200 card as a 10. And you make him like an offer of $15 or $20 for it. And he doesn't really know the condition of it yet. So we had a lot of that happen over the years. And so my policy with it is, sometimes when I have a client that's going real deep, it's sort of my job to make sure they get like the expected value of their cards. And so one of the things I'll do is if I see a deal that's too good, I'll kind of step in and say, you can make the deal, but only by the time it's shipped and in his hands. Okay, so here's the Roki Hyun. Because some people just generously say, yeah, I'll do that. All right. So we got your 2 B bags. I'm sorry, Swarvy, I guess we can grade it and we can see what we can do. Yeah, the card's got to be graded first, and then when it comes back from grading, he can make I would be happy maybe to help him, you know, kind of like initiate a trade at that point. But before grading, I probably would ask that he ships it to himself and then works a deal out. He needs to be able to, in the end, he needs to be able to see if it can grade 10. That's the most important part here. So you got a whole bunch of cards like this. This is loaded with like SRs, Dawn cards, a little bit of yellow border stuff. Now this is XY era yellow border, really different. This is XY era bulk. It's a little bit different because it's quite old. And you got some of these cute poker cards. Like, look at that Tyranitar. He might grade 10. You got some of these promo cards. I imagine I gave you a couple of those when you first started and maybe when you had some tough luck. So a whole bunch of cards like this. They're B tier, right? I got cards like this in my inventory for days. It's just the kind of stuff where it's like, maybe you grade some of it. Maybe if you want like a cheap 10, you grade some of it. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy there. Now, this is the good bag right here. Anything in here grading 10 could probably be worth well over $100. So we even put some SRs in there. But yeah, you're seeing a lot of nice, a lot of nice One Piece. You're seeing some nice Pokemon in here. You're seeing those Pikachus. Those are cool. Some Wati era Pokemon. Holy cow, those are really expensive and nice. Especially if any of them can grade 10. I really like this card, so he gets to be in here for fun. Let's see, some more vintage. We got some more One Piece. Look at that Golden Dawn. Definitely probably worth grading the Golden Dawns, in my opinion. Here's some of this Topps Pokemon. This is serious business, because if these grade 10, these non-hollows are like $100 a piece. They're crazy. And this is like $400 to $600 in a 10. Dark Dugtrio, real nice. Some 25th anniversary, real nice. Some more vintage, real nice. Here's some more One Piece. Runiclus Autono. And now consider this, Roki Hyun. You can always timestamp this part of the stream. See, we're like 3 hours and 23 minutes in, right? So just write that down in a note to yourself and rewatch this so you can see what you got. So you can always rewatch this and see what you have. This guy's got to be graded. He's so good. He's so dang good. All right. Here's some stuff. Here's some stuff. Look at that. Now, here's the Turtwig. Let's take a look at this Turtwig. So, ungraded, this card might be like 20 bucks, maybe less. But if he's graded 10, he's going to be like 200 to 400. He's not bad. Slight white dot in this corner here. Slight white dot in this corner here. I'd give it about a 9.5. I think it has a pretty solid chance at turning into a 9. So the Turtwig might be a 9. Now, if he's just wanting to collect it as a 9, now it's looking a little closer to maybe a good deal. All right, we'll put that back there. Here's Kilowattrel. Here's One Piece. Look at that Luffy card with all his friends there. This is a great card. I'd probably grade all those. Same with this Golden Dawn with Luffy on the front. All right, so now you got to see it a little closer. You got to see that Turtwig. Now it's ready for a trade because you're aware of the condition. All right, very good. I don't want to grade it with you. There we are. I can tell you with those tiny dots, it would fail a 10 with us if we did Cardconomist grading. There we are. PSA is pretty stingy these days. All right, that's a bag sort. He paid $50 for that. Now, I don't know how many bags that was, but it's $3 per bag. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there was 4 there, and maybe there was 4 in the other box, right? So what's that? 8 times 3, that's 24. So in other words, you've got some money left over for pre-grades. So I'm going to write you down as having $26 left over because you sent $50 in. So you have $26 left over for like pre-grades or whatever you want to do. And you can use the pre-grades on this baggie right here. But it's 5:52. I have to go to bed. We ran out of time. So we're going to save this for the next time you're here. And I'm going to check the queue for anyone else, okay? Because there might be some people waiting. And we still have to make a trade, right? We're going to make a trade on some of this Pokemon stuff. So that's some yellow border stuff. And we'll try to get you some trade spots if you'd like it. Okay, let me check the queue because it's getting a little too late to keep going. Here's Eric B. Colburn with Marvel Impel. Marvel Impel, one of these. 93 Star Wars Galaxy Tops, Minecraft Base, and Storm Emeralda for grading later. Ooh, okay. So we got 1 and 2. Minecraft Base. Where's that Minecraft base hiding? It's always hiding somewhere. Ugh. There we go. Storm Emeralda for grading later. That would be one of these. I paid less for your service. I don't need them. It's for you. No, it's all good. Yeah, bag sorts are just $3. So you can use this 26 in order to do pre-grades. I don't mind helping. I mean, you're a big customer. It's meant to be cheap, right? Because you already spent money when you bought the packs and all that. So I don't like charging too much for bag sorts and all that. I'm just happy to have plenty to sort. That means you open a lot. So this goes into Mr. Eric Colburn's bag. We couldn't do it for free because if we did it for free, everyone would ask for it all the time and it would like clog up the stream. So we just ask a little bit. And so you can do pre-grades with that. And I'd be happy to get you some pre-grades. All right, so that's done. Cough drop fund. Thanks, man. Eric Colburn donating $5. We are. I had to make sure that his Turtwig gets looked at first. That was all. I didn't want to ruin your deal, but we are. Think of it like I try to make sure any big buyers are served really well that way. There we go. All right. Pretty much any buyers. Doesn't have to be a big buyer, but there we go. And then here's a Roki Hyun. You can do the back sort whenever you feel it's free to do it, even next stream. Also, was thinking that to give that free one custom spot you got me last night to whoever ordered for the first time. Oh, I could donate it if you'd like me to. Here's Javier Arroyo with 1 live custom. All right, Javier. Give me a second. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's Javier Arroyo. I think of my job as like I open your packs for you guys and then I try to make you guys some money too. Like, so, you know, the whole process of like pre-grades and all that, it's all kind of hand in hand. I like to see you guys pull hits and then get them graded and then get good grades on them so that, you know, you spent money and when the card comes back from grading, you made your money back. I like to see that kind of stuff. It's a good business model because if you strictly lost money, that could be really rough. Mr. Spen, he says, this is for shipping for all the cards. Damn, you wanted all of them. Okay, perfect. So we got all the money we need for the shipping then. And so we'll get those labels printed for Miss Alexis. She'll be in today, Monday. But I get the shipping ready before she comes in. So we'll get that all ready for you. We'll split it into 2 pieces. So Sven's shipping is ready to go because he sent in the price for the shipping. And yeah, you just had a lot to ship, actually. I remember you had a lot of slabs. You probably had more slabs than you remembered. All right. So, woof, what a busy night. That was a busy night. We did 3.5 hours there. Let's grab, it was busier than I thought it was going to be. Remember what I said Sundays are generally slow? I feel like this Sunday was actually kind of busy. Mister, what's your favorite Spindrift? I drink a ton of Spindrift, and my favorite one is actually lemon, just plain lemon. So I always have a couple cases of the plain lemon Spindrift. And so I have that, and I have some zero sugar Gatorade, and I'll have a little bit of Diet Canada Dry. I found some Diet Canada Dry out here. Only Target sells it. It's my favorite soda. So that's what I drink. All right, so free is the keyword tonight. Type free into the chat right now, and we'll pick out some people to put into here. Orders closed? Yeah, we better wrap up. It's almost 6 a.m. We got 3 minutes before it's 6 a.m., so we better wrap up. And then tomorrow we'll be live again. That's the beauty of our stream. We're just always live. Even if we got to wrap up now, we'll be back, you know, before you know it, we'll be back on. So we're just constantly on. Okay. I got 2 submissions going out, by the way. The CGC submission and a submission with a company we've never graded before called Degree Grading. So we're doing our first round of degree grading. Hopefully the turnaround's pretty fast. I've already graded with GMA before. Here's Shinobi. Here's Hobo Cage Fighter. I'm putting Miss 6 on every giveaway until she comes back. We need 6 back. Here's Cat. There we go. All right. So we're at 15 out of 20. What that means is in the next stream, this should go off. If it doesn't, it's because I forgot it. Thank you very much, guys. I had a great night. I'll see you guys for the Monday daytime stream. But first, I got to go sleep. See you later, everybody.